Alrighty, we are live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
What's up, everyone?
Welcome to our live stream.
Yep.
Okay, so I was going to add Jane
Everybody.
because Jane's been a trooper and is going to mod for us. Now, I think, yeah,
check out her videos. She's just put out new videos. Checking out, pretty cool.
yeah. It's only
We're figuring this
all
out.
Right, so the three dots, like I'm clicking on the three dots next to Jane's thing, and it's just saying put user in timeout or block. It's not. It's not saying anything else. Oh no! Do you guys know how to do it?
What are you trying to do?
Add a mod.
Yeah, you just double click their name and go to add moderator.
Oh, double click.
Yeah, I did see Jane pop in and say hi to everybody. There. Hi, Jane.
Yeah, it's not like I'm double clicking on it.
Do
we do it in StreamYard or? Sorry, everyone.
No, you have to do it in the YouTube chat.
Oh, can you?
Okay. I have to hop out of here and change it to.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey, Glam.
Hey, Dan, Electric, Glam.
What's up, Glam? Daniel. Hey, Sleepy Angel.
Sleepy Angels.
Who did I miss? Cassie.
What's going on, Pete?
Oh, Pete's in here as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jessica. I always get confused when I'm in I'm in someone else's live streams when it's me and Pete. Because like if I
don't worry, you should get it down, you're good, but it takes a minute, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Talk to the guy that just has no clue. Not at all. I'm over here in the galactic space.
Okay, so you guys have probably noticed that I finally don't have to wear my mask. And I have my new plate, and so I'm still getting used to it. So if I sound a bit weird, that's why. And I'm going to try not to die.
No dying.
Okay.
That should be everybody's common goal, at least for the first 50 years of their life.
No, because then we can investigate first.
Yeah, then I'll come haunt your asses.
we can investigate.
Hey, but please make sure you do it so we can capture it on film. Yeah. That's all we ask. And talk with us. We want you to talk with us.
Body apparitions, all the works, please.
Yeah,
it's not
around. These spirits that don't like to show themselves, I'll be standing there waving at them.
So rude.
Yeah. Screw that peeking around the corner. I'm just like, right here. Come on.
Do some kind of dance or something. I want to see a dance.
I know.
Yeah, we need to find a really extroverted spirit.
Well, we got to place the farmhouse. There's spirits that communicate. It's true. I got a chance to see a full body apparition there. Our last visit.
That was crazy. That last one that you did there.
You were saying, and you'd already packed up,
Yep. We were all packed up. I stopped in midstream. I was like, bro, there's a full apparition. I ran over there. I anticipated. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that's how it seems to work too.
This is Vicky.
This is one of my children.
And she likes to be on screen.
And nearly
knocked your drink over.
Knocked my iced coffee over. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I was watching The Farmhouse the other day, and the what do you call it? Help me, brain fog. The
sensory
depth that you did there was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so spot on.
Yeah.
That place is just dumb, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And with that said, we're going to release that as an amazing capture. We got on video, and we also got a voice that responded to. We're not going to tell you more, but it'll go out in the video. It's gonna be sick. Yeah, it's an awesome catch.
Yeah.
We got it on camera.
Awesome.
I'm thinking nukes.
You're thinking nukes.
Yeah.
Just mentioning, like, okay, so, you know, so spooks, nukes, you know, what, like, you know, the top 5 ones. And, yeah, lately they've been, like, some of them have been so obviously not real. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, I keep telling Shawn, because our first investigation we did at this really old cemetery, in the first, like, 30 seconds of filming, we caught 2.5 apparitions.
Yeah.
And then some freaking weird thing that, like, flew at the camera. We don't know what it is, but when you when you do a still of it, it has, like, this really distorted face, and it almost looks like it's got
Like
wings.
it's got wings, and you can see straight through.
Yeah. I saw that on your TikTok.
Is that Ellen?
Yeah.
So when they, you know, because it's the, you know, the TikTok ones usually.
Like, why can't we get it on Nuke's Top 5? Like, seriously, what's wrong with us that we don't get on Nuke's Top 5?
And
So we're sulking.
yeah, I'm really put out, you know, I'm highly disappointed. But yeah, I don't know, like, it's kind of, it's all the, you know, kind of more fake ones that are getting the recognition at the moment. And then there's, you know, the people like, you know, you guys and us and that, you know, we're actually doing a proper investigation and capturing, like, you know, some really cool evidence. And so, yeah, sometimes I just roll my eyes, but I still love watching them.
Well, in my mind, it'll happen if it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We've got
exactly.
amazing support. So, I mean, that support has done nothing but help issue those videos to Nukes and, you know, all the other platforms. And sooner or later, we're like we did with the farmhouse, we're going to catch some really good stuff, and they're going to show it.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you guys find that place? Were you just driving around, or?
Yes. So we were actually, our first time there actually was with Patrick, and we were, we were filming at a place called tell me.
It was the Insane Asylum.
The Insane Asylum. We were filming there, filming investigation.
It's a haunted attraction that's haunted,
which was crazy in itself. That video is actually will be out soon. Patrick should be editing that real close now. Anyway, so we just got done with that, and the owner was like, "Hey, you should check out this place out in Lucerne Valley." And I'm like, "Cool, that's like right over there. Let's do it." And we go there and just completely blown away by the activity. It was nuts.
We walked in the door during the day to do some B-roll, and right away we're getting voices, and I got to feel it off to the left room, and that's where that's where the bathroom is. That's where one of the entrances to the basement is. And we did some amazing sound deprivation in that room. And yeah, the place is fun. That's ridiculous.
Every time we're there, a rock's been thrown. We've had disembodied voice. Like every time. We've never just been there and nothing's happened.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Wow.
It's never failed us. And Frank doesn't like us.
No, he doesn't. Seems.
Can you add Glam Hippie as well?
Glam Hippie? Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Just got to find her. Sorry, guys.
I agree with that, Jessica. Yeah.
Have you guys done any like abandoned buildings recently at all, or any catches
you
there?
know
We would love to, but we
Yeah.
haven't. We don't know of any, and when we ask around, people are a bit reluctant to say where a decent one is. So, like, if we go out to York, which our theory around York is that it was originally Aboriginal land, and they would do ceremonies on the land, not anything bad or cursing it or anything like that, but because that land was sacred land, that's the reason it's so haunted.
Yeah.
That's what we think anyway. And so we go out there and we ask for any abandoned buildings or farmhouses or anything like that. And they're a little bit reluctant to. So we're hoping the more we go out there, the more people will trust us out there.
Well, come take a John over here. We have a plethora of them.
Yeah, we just did.
We just don't seem to have like, you know, all the abandoned stuff that you guys have in the States. I don't know, like it just seems to get torn down, or it's really far away, like a freaking 10-hour drive to get to a.
You guys don't have any castles around you?
Hey,
You guys don't have any castles?
Castles?
Yeah.
No, the oldest building that we have in Western Australia is the Roundhouse, which is an investigation that's coming out soon. But that was 18.
That was 18.
Like mid-1800s that was built.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
The
don't
United
have
States is not that old either.
Yeah. We wish we had something older. We want to go to the UK and go around Scotland.
Oh my gosh,
and
the castles
go to all
over
those
there.
castles. And,
Well,
That's on our bucket list.
yeah.
Yeah.
We want to go to Europe for sure and go do some castles.
yeah.
Jason's done some good spots recently, huh? Fake Jason?
Oh man,
Yeah.
we just in the process of editing part 2 to the Donovan Mill, and I was going through more footage, and I'm like, shit, I still got 2 hours worth of stuff.
Isn't it great?
It is like,
Try having 5 cameras.
Oh my
yeah, I'm lucky because it's just
I'm doing it
I
at
just
the
have my iPad and I left my phone in the office for like an hour. But yeah, this was like the first investigation that we got more than just like an hour's worth of footage. Like we didn't have a time limit. We had the whole night. So we went all the way up till, I mean, the battery on our lights died and we were using a flashlight trying to finish, you know?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So we got some really, really good stuff coming up in the next, I'd say probably 2 episodes.
Right on.
Awesome.
Right on.
Yeah, I really liked when with your the first episode of the Donovan Mill, how you spent that time in the beginning, like talking about the Comstock Foundation and where people's money goes and all of that. I thought that was really good.
Yeah,
we call her Mama J, which fake Jason knows. What's her? How do I forget? Well, we call her Mama J. She is amazing. She's the director of the. Please help me, Jason.
Northern Nevada Ghost Hunters.
Well, no, she's also a part of the.
Well, she's part of the. She's part of the Comstock Foundation too.
And what an honor! We did an event there, and they were able to earn a lot of money to help that rebuild that mill. So, so fun to be a part of that.
Yeah, she just presented the check to him yesterday. So for the last 2 events that we had, she just gave him a check for $6,000.
Oh,
awesome!
Fantastic.
That mill is haunted, as well as the one up the street, which I want to go to again, Jason.
Yeah, like I can't wait for that one. Like we did.
I gotta
score some.
Yeah, score some.
Well, it's like you guys were talking how you were packing everything up when you saw that full body apparition. We were hosting a private event there, and the girls that came up with us from NAGH, they all went to the Gold Hill Hotel to go use the restroom. So I'm like, they're like, "You fine?" I'm like, "Oh, I got company. Like this, I know there's things here." But no sooner they left, I caught a full body apparition walking up on that second level, up on that top level up there.
Yep.
And I mean, it was just clear as day. And
you caught it?
No, I was busy trying to unpack everything. And and then I could hear a conversation between 2 guys, like clear as day. Yeah. So I went straight up there. Like I called around, I looked around, I'm looking outside. I'm like, I'm trying to think of what it could be. I'm like, okay, there might be somebody behind the mill, but you guys know behind that, it's like a vertical drop behind that. So
I tell you what, the Crown Point. Okay, Donovan Mill's great. Don't get me wrong. Like it's.
I saw full.
Yeah, it's fantastic, right? But the Crown Point, that place is just, there's something about that place that is insane.
It messed with me, like my energy. It messed with me. I was not myself. It took 2 days to finally get back to where I was normal.
Yeah.
It messed with
Really?
Oh yeah. Crown Point's no joke. No joke.
Yeah. And it messed with your emotions and your spirit. Like at least it did with me. I think it did with all of us, really.
Yeah, that's where I got when we were wrapping everything up that night. I was being a smartass, and I was singing a song. You know, if you're happy and you know it, throw a rock.
Yes.
And so I kept singing, and I was walking around the corner between those two giant vats, going towards the main part of the mill. And just as I was coming around there, I got a growl like right in my face. It scared the shit out of me. Like I screamed. Like if anyone's seen the snake video, it was that type of scream.
Jessica didn't get it. Oh, come on, Jessica.
Mike, you should just edit that small little clip, Anthony, of the snake one, and just plaster it everywhere. Like that is so good. So
Have
good.
you guys seen our recent video, right? The Biltmore? That freaking elevator scared the crap out of me.
Yes, it's so funny.
He got zapped over at the Big Nose Capes again,
Oh,
all over
I
again.
got it on video.
No, the Big Nose Capes was just crazy, right? To capture that evidence of him getting zapped, that was crazy. It just, that was a perfect live streaming.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, what's happening?
Something was happening like all the time, the whole time.
Yeah, I was off the hook.
Oh yeah, I mean, Tombstone was really a good trip for us. We made some good friends. We could probably go back there anytime and investigate, which we'll plan to do at one point. But we have so many other things that we have in our future, so that'll have to wait.
Speaking of Fake Jason, we're going to be out that way soon, so we'll have to link up, bro.
No.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like
we're back out there real soon.
And it's funny because like you guys just did the Biltmore. So that's our next one. We're going up there this Saturday.
That's what I was going to ask when you head into the Biltmore.
Yeah. So
I wanted to get in
part 2. Yeah, we're gonna release part 2 this week for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to get in there before the whole governor decided to get a spur in his ass and try to shut everything down. So I'm like, I want to get up there now. So.
Shoot Shawn and I a text before you go. We're gonna give you some info as far as where to go and kind of what to play on of what we caught. So
okay.
Awesome.
Yep. Give you some insight on what you do.
They're going to tear it down. I mean, like why are they tearing it down?
Well, they're not tearing it down. Shut it down, right?
Shut it down.
No, I think they're actually tearing it down in
what?
Like April.
What?
Because they're building. They're going to build condos. They're putting condos
That's
up.
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Oh my
I
god.
know. Yeah.
That sucks. Because we got a lot of evidence there. A lot.
Can you imagine living in the condo?
Oh, yeah, those condos are going to be very interesting to live in.
So where are you guys investigating next, Cody?
So actually, we just we're in contact with Mandy, and I don't know if you guys know her or whatever. She's on our Instagram. We did an episode with her that we haven't released yet. We'll be releasing soon.
Oh, Mandy, yes. Yep.
Yeah. But we're going to an old 1800s ranch in Corona, which is I don't know, about an hour away from us. So the cool thing is about this ranch, nobody's ever investigated there before. It's huge. It's got paranormal activity as well as UFO activity. So we're super stoked.
And there's native energy there.
Yeah, it's very prominent native energy.
Like it's actually, what is it? It's what is it? It's not Cherokee. It's I can't remember. It's definitely, and the individual from that tribe is actually going to be with us in the investigation, and that might lead us to another opportunity, right?
Yeah. So
I don't know why I got it in my head. Is it maybe the Sioux tribe?
No, it's the Navajo.
The Navajo. That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and this is kind of like a huge teaser. We're really hoping, but we're pretty sure we're going to get access to the Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
I watched the series that they just did on the Skinwalker.
Yeah.
Oh that place is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty crazy stories there.
Nuts.
If we get to go there, it's done. It's done.
You may never see us again. We may go up in a UFO.
Missing persons.
And the other one, the other one is on the eastern side of the US. I think it is. They've got a whole. It's almost like a hippie commune where everyone goes out to watch the UFOs. What's it called?
ESETI?
Yes.
Are you kidding? You guys
We've
know
been
about SETI? We have been.
I don't know about it.
I know about it.
Yeah.
I saw. I'll go into it very briefly. I think I don't know what I saw, but I thought it was fairy. I walked on the land the first time, and I heard stories about the place.
Yep.
And I'm going, this is all BS. This was before. Yeah, UFOs, all kinds of stuff. I was just getting into the metaphysical. I was doing meditation stuff, and I'm going, let's go check this place out with his uncle. This lady told us to speak a spiel about fairies and UFOs and all this on the land. I'm going, this lady's out of her mind.
Yeah.
So as soon as she went back into the office and we went over by the lake, I saw this light anomaly show up in front of my face, 10 feet away. It starts expanding to about 4 foot in diameter, but it had a shape to it. And I'm going, and I'm yelling for his uncle, hey, come check this out. He's not seeing it, even though he's like, I'm at noon and he's at 3. He's not seeing it. And then finally comes over, looks over my shoulder and sees it. And as it gets to almost dawn, I take a photo. I catch it on my camera. And it was a little body with wings.
Oh,
wow. That's so cool.
That's another crazy place. I want to go there one day because they have like the gamut of the paranormal.
Oh, that place is crazy. That place is insane.
So same trip. I was out in their vortex, which you could feel the shift in energy when you walked into it. And I'm meditating. I'm looking at Mount Adams. And I'm like, something's telling me to open my eyes and look at Mount Adams. All of a sudden, I see this little gray speck. And I don't have the best eyesight. It was clear. Gray speck pops out of the side of the mountain, hovers there. Yeah. And I'm going, what the hell am I looking at? Shoot back into the mountain. I did like 3 times. And finally, I nudged Cody's Uncle Tim. I'm like, bro, do you see that? He goes, what's that gray speck right next to Mount Adams? Exactly.
UFO.
Wow. Have you ever seen it?
When we went, we were seeing it all night. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Have you seen anything, Anthony?
Have you seen any UFOs?
When I was younger, I remember I was in my bedroom doing homework. My mom was in there helping me. And it was, I don't know, it was probably 8:30 at night, and all of a sudden this just huge light like out in the backyard, like I mean it illuminated everything, but then you could hear like something like between like 2 metal buildings just scraping, and then she went to the window, looked out, and then there was a light, and then all of a sudden boom, it was just gone. Wow. But we weren't the only ones that saw it. There were, I mean, you could see everyone out there. There were, because behind our house was just like a big field. And there were people out there with flashlights kind of looking around to see what it was. But yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Wow.
We both saw a UFO in Sedona take off from the ground and take off into space. We both saw it at the same time.
Holy shit, seriously?
Sedona's crazy. Yeah, Sedona's crazy.
Very active.
We've seen some, that's why nothing surprises me anymore. It's all real. Like, honestly.
Things are crazy.
Have you ever
I believe in Bigfoot. Just adding myself here.
100%. Yeah. I'll tell you what, just real quick, on ESETI.
You gotta tell this story.
Dude, so it's my first time there, and like Shawn's telling me about this fairy stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, I want to see it, right? And we're camping next to this chick who's there. She brings out this food, and she walks over to us. This is a real story. She walks over to us, and she's like, hey guys, you guys gonna go after Bigfoot later? And I look at Shawn, and I'm like, well, we're not planning on it. And she's like, well, I just came back from the store and bought this Bigfoot food. And I'm like, what the hell? Should we just go to Walmart and pick up a bag of Bigfoot food? Like, that's all that shit from. And she's like, no, yeah, there's special stuff that you can buy. We'll see you later on the camp, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe
so instead of buying a barbecue pack, you're buying a Bigfoot pack.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm like, this lady is out of her damn mind.
Yeah. I think I am too at the time. I don't know. The things we've seen is just crazy. Like I said, just in the last year, I've seen a shadow figure. I've seen a full body apparition. I've had voices next to me. This has been a crazy year. Yeah. 2020 must be awful.
I know. Yeah.
Well, good for me.
My first full body apparition this year, we've had audible voice phenomena where we've heard voices answering us. Like it's been nuts. It's
like, are you in that room over there? Because we hear a noise, and then it's like, yeah. And we both look at each other and say, did they just answer us? Seriously?
Yeah, like clear. Yeah. And then you go back and it's clear as heck on your video. You're like, okay.
Yeah, so that happened. That happened to us at
it's frustrating.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. At the Gold Hill Hotel, we were doing one of our NNGH was doing one of their tours, and we were over across the street at the Brewery Lodge, and there was probably about 7 or 8 of us in the living room, and we were doing an EVP session, and I asked a question, and as clear as day, it was just no. And like, I looked at everyone looked at me, I'm like, you guys heard that, right? They're like, yeah. And then we went back, played it back, and we heard it. It was right, we got it. I was like,
that's
wow.
Great. Yeah.
Didn't you guys have it at the mill? Where you guys asked a question and then there was a voice.
The woman's
stupid
clear.
Yeah,
it was retarded.
How can you tell me, like, did you hear that? Did you hear that one's voice?
It's crazy when that happens because you're like, okay, it wasn't just me.
Well, you know what's crazy is
when you don't get it on camera.
Yeah.
Right. The disembodied voices that we've been catching is just dumb.
We pick up all the time.
It's so clear, and it's just mind blowing. It really is.
I'm going back with our theory. I mean, there's a lot of energy we bring, and I think that again with the mediumship and the intuitiveness, I think that we bring in like, hey, these guys can communicate with us.
Yeah.
So I think that happens, and I think that's why we get a lot of. We ask the appropriate questions. You kind of zone in on what the question is, and they want to answer it. I think that's why we get a lot of these disembodied voices and direct responses.
Yeah, I mean, that night you guys did the sensory deprivation there in the mill. I mean, when it was calling everybody out, like that was crazy. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's again very gifted. So working together, it's great. But again, you're an intuitive as well, Jason. You bring that in, they know it's something that can communicate. I mean, you let off a light, if you will, or a vibration.
Yeah.
And talking about like your mediumship, Shawn, like when did you like find out that you were a medium?
It's funny. I just got asked that question about a couple hours ago. Yeah. So what happened was I've always had these things that I kind of knew and didn't understand it, but I think I was so young I didn't understand like what it is. I mean, I've had an interest in paranormal, like ghosts. When I was in first grade, I was going to the library looking for books. I think when I really understood that there was something there trying to show itself was when I had a really life-altering situation happen. It was a divorce. But I think there was a point where I decided to completely surrender by just not knowing what to do next. And once that happened, I felt an energy come in, and I could physically feel it. And it made an impression like, this is not your path, and you are going to be on your path now. And just knowing that I was going to be good, that's when the awareness started coming, like clear awareness. Meditation, that'll help. Yeah,
because like, I mean, I have kind of been the same, like since I was, a teenager, fascinated with paranormal and, I've had, just random spirits, like, just come to me, and I'll be like, what's going on? And it will be like in a blink of an eye.
Sorry, we just heard something in the room.
I know, I was just watching that. It'll be in the blink of an eye, but I can recall every detail of what that person's wearing, what they look like, and we're on investigations, and I hear things all the time.
But I don't hear.
And Sean's like, I didn't hear anything.
And build structure around that.
And I mean,
I feel like you're all over the place.
You know, I'm gonna be
like I don't know where to because like I've had, can you like mute that? I've like I've been told by, you know, clairvoyants and stuff that, you know, you have the gift, and, you know, I get premonitions, all that kind of stuff, but I don't know how to open it up more, if that makes
meditation.
sense.
100% meditation. Giving your time, because your mind is real busy, and if you don't give your mind a chance to rest, you don't get clarity.
You need
and
to
I get you all over the place.
I mean, I found like...
Can you tell I'm all over the place?
Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is it's like with I suppose with meditation, it's like taking a moment to get to know your own energy.
And not be hard with yourself if you lose it. Like if you lose your focus, bring it back. Be gentle with self and get back into it. It's a practice. You can't be perfect.
Yeah. Because, you know, like we'll go to places and we'll do like a walkthrough and stuff, and I'll just feel different things and just know different things. And it'll be like it just feels like it's a child spirit in here, or, you know, this is in here, or this is like negative in here.
Yeah, I mean, I get the same thing too.
Yeah,
but not as intense, I suppose, as you do.
Because I want to be able to, you know, harness it better so I can, you know, bring that energy into an investigation. So then hopefully we will start getting more activity.
Well, I think you already have it there. I just think that, again, lack of belief can cause that. Like, while you question it, put it out there. Like, say, hey, I feel this. Are you here? Can you do something to let me know that this is you? Because, again, when it comes, then it's, they recognize who I am. And if it's not, who cares? You know, you're trying to communicate.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Yeah.
And
don't question it, own it.
So you make a good point.
What's that?
I said you make a good point, because I was talking to you that one time. You know, I had that experience at the Hunter Creek, and then I told you after that I just I didn't feel anything for a while. I did something I probably shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. We were at the Donovan Mill, and I did a sensory deprivation. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay down. Like, I laid down completely, like right there, just before you go down the steps into the zinc room. And I laid down, I covered up my eyes, and I just kind of let everything just come in. And that was like, I went to get up because I was just getting nothing but static in the SB7 spirit box. Like, I wasn't getting anything coming through, but I could feel like there was something or someone behind me. And I went to go sit up, and it grabbed a hold of my hood and pulled me back down.
Wow.
And so I got up real quick, you know, I asked Jessica, I'm like, something just pulled me. She's like, well, maybe you caught something. Maybe you caught yourself on the wood. So I got up, I recomposed myself. I laid back down. I sat back up like I did the first time. And I'm like, nope. I'm like, there's definitely something, you know.
Never allow yourself to be completely opened up to whatever's there.
Yeah.
I mean, we both channel well. We both allow communication with spirit. But again, there's always a level of protection that we're always under when we do that. Again, and that keeps things from falling you home. Because you set boundaries from the get-go when you go into a location.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
important.
Peter's fine with everything touching her. I'm like,
Well, see, I always get touched. Like my hair, like my jacket.
But she goes in there and, you know, with the full intention. So the intention that is already there, that she's like open to being.
So just be mindful that can go south very quickly.
Yeah.
If you guys seen the Big Nose Kate's episode, I mean, I got attacked by a spirit. That shit's real. You know what I mean? That and you've seen the mark that it had on my back. Like it legit teased me. Like I got electrocuted. It's no joke.
And that was he let his guard down.
Yeah, 100%. during a sensory depth, Jason. Yeah, I let my guard down during the sensory depth, and we were doing, I don't want to say provoking, but we were definitely sticking our face into the spirit's business, if you will.
Yeah, and see, I did the same. Like, I wasn't provoking. I was turning the words a certain way. You know, I just kind of I was poking the bear. But
absolutely.
But before, because I asked it, I'm like, you know, if there's somebody here, if there's anybody that wants to interact with me, whether it's John or whether, you know, it's Mrs. Donovan, I'm like, do whatever. Come whisper in my ear. Come pull on my beanie, pull on my hoodie, you know, and that's what.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, it definitely knocked me on my ass for sure. It was something I'll never forget. Yeah, it was
like going, oh my God, I got to keep we're live streaming. I'm going, you know, I'm just like, what do I say or do? Cody just got attacked. You know, you're catching awesome stuff on a live stream. I mean, we know each other enough I know that if he got attacked, I would be able to get in there and help him. So.
Yeah, like we had moved from inside the mill into the office, and same thing. I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and give it, because I believe my SB7 has a vendetta against me. Anybody else uses it, it works great. It hates me.
We used yours. It worked fine. It was perfect.
And so I was sitting in the chair that, you know, Patrick sat in, and again, I took my beanie, pulled it over my eyes, and same thing. It was just noise. But then, and all of a sudden my back just started burning, and I just composing myself, just going. And then finally I got up, I took the hat off, took the earphones out, and I'm like, my back's hurting, like something, like it stabbed. I went and pulled my shirt up, and I had a scratch right along the top of my back, which is weird because nothing like that has ever happened before at the Donovan Mill.
You know what's really strange about that, Jason? When I first got there, Mama Jay brought me into that room in the back. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about it. I got somebody was killed and there was a stab, and the woman bled out.
Whoa!
But I heard that she was hung.
Well, yeah, and that's why I put in that. That's why I put in that disclosure in that video. You know, I'm like, this is rumored. This is what happened. You know, we don't know. You know, because I knew if I didn't put that in, I was going to get yelled at. You know? So.
But I know there was a death in that back room, and I don't know. I feel like it was foul play. There wasn't a self of taking life. It was something that happened. It was an altercation.
Yeah. See, I think I've only asked on the last 2 investigations we've done. Like, can you come and touch one of us? But I definitely wouldn't do it if it was like. You know, I was feeling a negative energy. Like, I don't want any of that near me. But
so you'll never know until it's a problem.
Well, that's exactly right.
Yeah. I mean, how do you turn it on and off?
What you said? How do you turn it on and off? It's pretty much always on. Yeah. I mean, you just have to always be on guard. Like Shawn can tell you, we were doing some prospect looking for. This is early on in our paranormal. Endeavors. We were just doing some prospecting in our cemetery, not even doing anything. We had a K2 just because we bring it with us everywhere. And Shawn felt this presence on him. We were doing nothing, Mike. We weren't saying anything. We weren't doing nothing. We were just, Shawn's like, oh, I feel something on me. And I put the K2 on him. It's all lighting up, all in the red and all that. All the way in the red. So we left, right? All right, whatever. We'll come back and didn't think nothing of it. And Shawn ended up getting an attachment from that, so it's always there. Everywhere you go, like you're susceptible.
You're receptive to whatever
to what's going on. So you just have to be mindful and set that intention.
That was demonic.
Yeah, the thing he went through was demonic for sure.
Yeah. I went through a depression, oppression, and was real close to possession. I was going through courses with my mediumship, and I knew a friend that actually did my first course in mediumship. Well, his girlfriend called me out of the blue to say he was in Sedona and asked how I was doing. She doesn't do that. And she asked me how I was doing. And I was explaining to her that what was going on and how I was feeling, because I'd never felt anything like that before. But I knew that I kept seeing this angry person that looked like me in my thoughts, and it was there all the time, screaming and hollering. And Cody could see the difference in me, like I was changing.
Wow.
His girlfriend's like, I think you got an attachment. So she contacted her boyfriend. He calls me. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you've got a demonic attachment. What are you guys doing? And I told him I was in the paranormal field. He's like, you need to stop. And he goes, and they took care of it. And I got a chance to kind of see the, I was supposed to go to sleep. Yeah, I was supposed to go to sleep and not feel anything. But it happened as soon as I laid down to go to bed. I could feel, I actually, at that point, I was actually, could see the angels come in, and I could feel it in my belly area.
Yeah.
And then there was a point where I could feel like it pushed through, and everything in my soul was telling me, push it through, ground it, push it through. Then when it released, it brought tears to my eyes, and I felt this huge divinity shift.
Yeah.
And the next day, I was a totally different guy. Totally different guy.
How long did that go for? Sorry, sis.
2 months.
Yeah.
All right.
It got bad.
And Shawn was a completely different person.
Yeah. Drawn. Even my face was drawn in. I looked sick. Yeah. It was bad.
I mean, I definitely have my awareness right up after we finish an investigation. So it's almost like I'm doing an aura check. Anything attached here? You know, is there anything? Am I feeling anything weird? And I'll have it up for like a week after we've done an investigation, just to make absolutely sure there's nothing there.
Because I'll tell you what, it's imperative to whatever belief you have is to do a prayer before and after an investigation. We do. Even if you're not even investigating, if you're just walking into a place that's supposed to be haunted, 100% do that. Like, because that's when you're at your weakest point, when you're not on guard.
Very vulnerable at that point. Yeah.
Well, see, I was going to ask you guys and Anthony that, you know, like, other than the last investigation we did, we always will say a prayer before, and then we'll always say a prayer to finish, okay? Yeah. And then, you know, I thought, well, maybe we're not getting the amount of activity that we could be getting because we're saying a prayer beforehand. So how about we try doing it without the prayer and then pray at the end? And so, yeah, we definitely did, like at Green Hills, we definitely did. But
yeah, but I think we because it was our second time there. We were more tuned into the spirits there. Yeah. So we weren't going into that one blind, but going into a different place blind where I think it's different.
So letting your guard down makes you vulnerable. So when you think you're going in the second time and I feel the area okay, that's where you're at your weakest point. That's where they're going to go, oh, you got your guard down. Boom.
So what you were saying is, Shawn and I actually, we discovered this as well. We thought the same thing. Man, we're doing this prayer too strong. Let's not do it and see what happens. So what we learned is to just structure the prayer differently. Right. Don't necessarily say like, nothing can harm you or I can't communicate with everything. Really structure it to like say, for instance, we asked for protection during this investigation, but we also asked for clarity or open communication with what's ever here without harming it. So structure it in a way where you feel safe, but you want to get the most out of the investigation.
Because your guys will do that.
The other things we ask for is to be able to discern between the, what is a spirit and what isn't,
Sure. Right.
Leftovers of a human, what isn't a human spirit. Because
elementals, dimensional, all those shadow figures.
Yeah, I mean, they could be really negative. That could be really bad. Like, you don't want to. Being an investigator, you don't want to label anything either. A human spirit or a demon.
Right.
It's not.
It's much.
Pride.
It's much more broader. It's much more broader from our understanding. It's much more broader. We got names for things, but there aren't names for everything that's going on out there.
I mean, Shawn mentioned the Roundhouse, which was basically like the first jail.
Yeah, jail in WA.
Yeah, and while we were there, like, because I've been, editing that one, and there's a lunatic cell, and
It's called the lunatic because they had, I think there was one specific.
Yeah, there's a guy with a red beard and a red hair.
One specific ghost they talk about in that cell.
Yeah, like gets seen quite a bit. And, so we're doing a spirit box in there, and something happens at the end of the night in that room with me. But when I was doing the editing, I said to Shawn, this is weird. I keep like looking down and closing my eyes. And then I'm like putting my head back up and saying what I think came through. And then my head goes down again and I'm closing my eyes. And I said to Shawn, I wonder if this is related to what happens to me at the end of the night in that cell, because I don't do that during a spirit box. I don't close my eyes. She said, maybe you were trying to listen. And I said, no, I don't. I've never seen myself do that.
It was that night was a very, very interesting night of experiences for both of us, like intense experiences. But mine wasn't as negative as it looks. But hers was crazy.
And then, we're kind of like finishing up, and I'm just like wanting to go back through the cells, and I just walk in there, and then I don't know, like I go into some kind of trance or something.
Completely out. She wasn't there. And I called her name like 4 or 5 times, and she didn't answer me, and I had to go in and wave my hand in front of her eyes and go, Peter. And that's
she's a channeler. She trances, right? You trance?
Yeah. So, and I felt so sick. Like when Shawn kind of shook me out of it, I was like, I need to get out of here. Like I feel so sick right now. And I was trying to.
I think what I think was happening was he was trying to take over.
No, I think he was trying to pull me back, because when I was trying to explain it, like I said to Shawn, it was weird because I could hear her calling my name, but it was so far away, and I felt like I was being kind of pulled back in time.
Close, like it was trying to take over.
So I'm right. Yeah.
Trying to take over.
Yeah. So I mean, that's never happened before.
Feels like he's a loon, right? Like he's out of his mind. Yeah, he was trying to take over.
He's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, opportunity.
Yeah.
She's open. This is an opportunity."
And it's funny because when I was trying, because I couldn't get out or express what it was like, and when I finally could get out kind of what was going through my mind, Shawn was like, oh my gosh, remember the story that the guy said and what happened with that girl?
Oh man, you're asking me to I can't remember that.
The girl who was
she went into the cell and freaked out and came running out.
Yeah, because she saw him climbing, like trying to scratch up the wall. And, she walked in and she was just like back in time for a split second, came out crying. It took them ages to calm her down. And, so I'm like, shit,
That's a perfect example of keeping yourself protected, because, again, when you're dealing with something that's out of its mind, it can easily become what we might think is a demon, but it's really just a human being that's out of the mind and wants to be back in a human body. So you are vulnerable.
Exactly.
What up, Crow?
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying hi, Crow.
Crow. Hey,
Crow.
I gotta say hi, Crow. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it before where I felt like something was trying to. I felt like I was half in my body, half out of my body. I don't know if that makes sense. Like something had pushed in and pushed half of me out, and I had to get into a little bit of what I call spiritual warfare and shove it back out again. You remember, I was
Take
like
control.
that. So I feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. It was the weirdest feeling, but I knew I was, I suppose, intuitive enough to know what something was trying to do. So yeah.
Crow. Okay. I'm not. No, I haven't Crow. Did you guys watch our last live when I talked about my scary paranormal experience?
I know I popped in, but I don't think I heard.
I didn't hear it either.
Anything about a mirror?
Yeah, I was a part of that one. I remember.
Yeah, it was good.
So short version. 15 years old. Our neighbours are moving back to Tasmania. They're having a garage sale. Mum goes over and gets a few things, and they have this beautiful old antique oval mirror with the filigree type border and all that. Comes back to the house, and I think she paid like $12 for it. And I fall in love with this mirror, and so Mum puts it up on my wall, and then in the next couple of weeks following, Mum, every single time she walks past my room, she sees a shadow figure, like just on her peripheral vision. And, weird things start happening. The radio was turning on, and, I'm not talking like physically turned on, like there was music coming out of it, but there was no power. What was that?
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
We when we even did podcasts in here, there's always noise in this room.
Sorry, go on.
And in my house, it's just I bring it home where
yeah, definitely.
It's not bad.
Yeah, so so the music's playing, but there is like zero power to it. Okay, the turntable, the record player, that one's spinning around for a couple of minutes, and then so Mum hasn't mentioned any of this to me, and I start acting kind of out of character, and I start becoming more depressed, not wanting to go to school, just really
aggressive as well.
Yeah, and I just isolated myself from the family. And my dad and I used to, he used to torture me. He still does, but he would torture me, tickling me and stuff. And instead of me having fun, laughing like normal me, I would just lay there and say, break my arm then. I don't care. Just do it. Just break it. Punch me in the face. And, so I would, be coming out with stuff like this. And, Dad would go up to Mum and say, like, she's wanting me to hit her. Like, and not just hit her, like really hit her. And so this went on for months. And Mum kind of started getting, an idea that, okay, what's changed? This is the only thing that's changed. So I pretty much lose all my friends at school. My grades, drop from A's, B's, like all the way down. I just don't want to have anything to do with anyone. I'm angry all the time, and I just, I kept having like nightmares, like every single night. And it was always the same nightmare. I'd have something chasing me, and I would just wake up petrified. And the most vivid thing that I can remember is I went to bed one night, and it's crazy how all these years later it's so vivid, but I closed my eyes, and straight away here's this picture of me laying on the kitchen floor with this huge knife that I put in my stomach in a pool of blood. And straight away, like up, out, mum and dad, I'm crying. And, like I would have these voices telling me all the time, to do harm to myself. And yeah, so that went on for like 12 months. And then eventually mum, had spoken to, our Catholic priest at the time when I was Catholic, and they weren't much help, but they said, yeah, she's got something very negative attached to her. So yeah, mum decided to break the mirror, and she said it was the creepiest thing she's ever seen, because when she dropped the mirror, she was looking straight at my face, and my face went from just depressed and just bleh to happy, smiling. And about 30 seconds after she dropped it, I turned around and I was like, shit, Mum, look what you've done, and started laughing. And Mum said it was the weirdest thing, like watching your face change so dramatically.
Thanks.
So yeah.
I instantly got the mirror was a portal.
Yeah. I was doing the same thing. Like, if you broke the portal, so it was no longer able to go in and out, right? Because it wasn't in completely. Right. It was coming in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. Not good.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. But I mean, mum, I when we did that live, I had to call her the night before to, just get like her side of the story and refresh my memory, because I don't remember everything. And she said that it was the worst year of her life. She said, but I fought for you every single day. And she said, no, I was not going to give up until like we got rid of whatever it was.
Guess what? You know why you have your abilities so strong? Because of that experience. So when you have a bad experience, there's always potential to get the opposite, right? So you have this really dark supernatural experience. On the other side of it is this beautiful supernatural, unknowing, right? So you got a chance to really see something, and then it also helps you with your growth. And so that's probably why you're much more aware now.
She's seen angels standing around her bed.
Yeah, I've seen angels.
And I know that they're, they're there protecting her. But
I was able to even define them. Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Ariel. Those were the ones helping me with them all.
All of angels when we were doing. I'm a Christian. I was doing a course at my church to do with the very spiritual side of Christianity, being able to receive prophecy and all that kind of thing. And we were all praying at one point, and it wasn't all out loud, it was just internal. But I closed my eyes, and the room looked like it had turned into this hall with columns, and there were these angels between 6 and 8 foot tall, and they were all just there. And then I mentioned it to the guy who was standing next to me after we were all done. He goes, I saw the same thing.
Full of light, cool. Right? Like you can barely even see the body is full of light.
Yeah, yeah. It's like.
Jason, can you do this again, fake Jason?
What's that?
Can you do this again? Can you touch your chin, your chest? Go like this. Advertisement by fake Jason. Get yourself a hat. Sponsored by.
What are you doing?
I was like, okay.
Fake Jason.
I'm gonna buy it. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Oh man.
But yeah, angels. Like I do see. Like I saw them in my room, and they kind of resonated a lot of light.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable when they're there. It's like I don't have words to describe it. Seriously, it's amazing.
I've only ever had Michael, like quite a lot, but not the others. Yeah.
That's
well, I think Michael's all you really need. He's a powerful being.
Yeah.
So I just think they've always been my guides, so they've always been there.
But I had something bizarre happen before we moved, and back in 2016 I had to have my back fused, and it was about I don't know, maybe 18 months after that. I was like just, freaking redoing my home decor, right? And I had like my 9-year-old, well, he was younger then, his little table and chairs, and I
sorry.
Yeah, like I was like walking back, and like I'm accident prone, like I'm so bad. Like my
We've lost
mum,
count how many bones she's broken in her life.
my mum was getting calls from the school every week. My poor mum. But anyway,
Bubble wrap candidate.
Yeah. I actually had parents bring bubble wrap and signs to put on me in primary school. But anyway, so I'd positioned something, and I was, stepping back to see, okay, is this where I want it? Blah, blah, blah. And completely forgetting that I've got these little table and chairs behind me. And so I somehow, because it's me, I get my foot like behind one of the chairs of the legs. And
behind one of the legs of the chair?
That's it.
I knew what you meant.
Like, honestly, like with the way I was and the angle I was, I should have fallen straight onto my backside or just like flat on my back. But somehow I ended up around with my hands flat on the table.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I had to pause. I didn't know how on earth like I managed to get into that position. And then it kind of entered my mind that I'd had a hand hold at my back so I didn't go back. Because if I'd have fallen, I would have like stuffed the fusion right up. So yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah.
Did you feel anything when it happened?
Sorry?
Did you feel anything after it happened? Like, did you feel anything physical?
Yeah, like I remember feeling a hand on my back, and I just knew that I had an angel there. It was
right?
I think it was I know that there's an angel there. Yeah.
You can't question it, right?
Yeah.
Jason, how about you? Fake Jason, how about you? You have anything like that happen?
No, not really. Nothing like. I mean, I've had.
No, I'm not weird.
No, I mean, I've had like, I've had the whole like wake up, like having a dream, and like I feel like I'm awake, but I can't sit up, I can't scream, I can't holler.
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
that's what they're talking in the chat right now. Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, they're talking about that.
Yeah, it's. I've been suffering that for years, and it's a horrible thing to experience. I do not wish that on anybody. Yeah.
I've never had it.
It's the scariest.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't even open your eyes. You can't make a sound. You can't do anything. It's terrifying. Yeah, I've had that a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What causes it? Do you know what causes it?
There's a lot. It's a very controversial topic. There's a lot of people who believe it's like alien abduction type stuff. There's a lot of people who believe it's when the body doesn't get enough rest, which I can actually contest to. That's 100%. I'll tell you just my experience that I've had with it, just real quick. Ever since I was 16 years old, I've had this type of sleep paralysis happen, and the best way I can describe it is I'd wake up middle of the night, and I'd see this cloaked figure in the corner, black cloaked figure with red eyes, and it would just kidding, Shawn, and it would approach me, and I just couldn't move. I couldn't move at all, and it'd get to the foot of my bed, and then it would be on top of me, and I couldn't breathe. You can't do anything, right? You're just motionless. And they last about 2 to 3 minutes or whatever. And it got intense. Like as the years grew, the worse it got. I just told Shawn this maybe 2 years ago, if that. There was a point where I was having an episode and I actually felt my body was lifting up out of bed and it was spinning. Oh. It was the weirdest thing I've ever, like, it was nuts. And I was spinning. I'm like, what is going on? And then I get smacked straight down back to bed, and it's nuts. Sleep paralysis is nuts.
I don't even understand it. Like, I want to say it's like dimensional in my mind, but I don't understand it. Like, I've never had it. I think I had it one time, but it was more like a dream. So I don't know if I understand it.
I've had it where I can't open my eyes. The only sense that's working is my hearing. Yeah. And internally, like, my spirit is screaming, this is evil, something bad is here. And I can't do anything about it. I haven't had anywhere near the kind of experience you've had, Corey, with the spinning, or being able to even see what was there. Right. But, you know, the house that I live in now is a brand new house built on farmland. So there's nothing there. And I have never, ever had sleep paralysis there.
Except the land.
Yeah. So it's definitely like what they say is your body's asleep and your mind's awake. And what happens is that happens at the same time. So you can't really differentiate between what is real and what's not real. So you're just in that dimension, if you will. Yeah. But over the years, I've actually learned to embrace it, and I can kind of pretty much can control it now. When it starts to happen, it's very, very difficult to do. It's extremely hard. However, I've had it so long. Shawn and I have talked about this plenty of times, and I've just experimented and read different things. And I'm at the point now where I can, when it happens, it doesn't bother me so much because I can get through it.
I remember times where he would contact me and he would be, excuse my term, out of his own skin about it. Like, I like flipping out, like, so there was a lot of talking through it. And I think that he openly just how he felt, he was saying, it's just, I think there's a lot of emotions involved, even though I think it's actually an entity of some sort.
I kind of agree.
But I think it takes advantage of those things when you're wore out. And when you're at your weakest point. Right.
I just 3 days ago, I woke up in the middle of the night screaming. I mean, screaming, like out of a dead sleep. Woke just out of nowhere, right? Woke up and I was freaking out, and I have no recollection what happened. I have no idea why. There's something else that happened I don't really go into. What's that?
Well, Pete in the comments was asking if anyone gets high-pitched noises in their ears. I get that all the time. And sometimes when I'm going to sleep, I get the sound like it's like a bomb's just gone off, and I'll snap away. But I don't know if anybody else has ever had that experience, but to me it just seems really strange.
It's like when your body jerks just as you're going to sleep. And
astral projection. That's astral projection.
So my mom used to astral project.
Astral project, and
that's really
extremely close. It's extremely close.
I remember where I used to work.
So is that loud bang me coming back then?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're snapping back into your body. There's a cord that attaches you to your body, and it snaps you back. Jeez. I do a lot of I remember where I used to work. I went into an area where they had 3 desks, and everybody in that room had a dream about me that night. I woke up so exhausted, and it was all good stuff, but I was like, holy shit, I was in a dream. I feel exhausted. I've got so many stories about that, and I've actually even worked with another medium to see if we could communicate, and it actually was successful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now,
I won't go into it too deep because it's more of an experimental thing, but it's pretty crazy.
I've heard of people who've never met in real life meeting when they're astral projecting, and then like a few years later or something, they run into each other and they're like, "Do you?"
Yep. Past life, astral projection, dreams. Yeah, it's all relevant. It's all the same, for sure.
I love this topic.
Anthony, you get sleep paralysis as well, do you?
Yeah, I've had it happen a couple of times. The other thing that's I've had happen is like I'll be dreaming, and in my dream, something's going on. Like I'm hearing like a knocking, and then I'll wake up, and I'm like, okay, did I dream that or did, And then all of a sudden I hear that same knocking, like there's someone knocking at the door.
So that is precognition, because I have that all the time as well. I'll dream something and I'll wake up and it happens.
Yeah.
That's the term is precognition. You're literally dreaming about the future. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And Shawn, I've told John about that before, like the stuff that I've dreamt and then it happened the next day.
And I witnessed it.
It blew me away. Yeah.
I have those dreams, but it'll be a few months after I have dreamed. The whole situation will happen exactly as I dreamed it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
I thought that
Twilight
Zones. More premonitions. So premonition is different to precognitive, is it?
Yeah. So they're different for sure.
Ah. All right.
I really try not to label anything, but I mean to understand, so people understand. We have this unknown ability that we're all learning about, right? We're transitioning as a human being, and these awarenesses are going to come up more and more. I try not to label anything, especially when I do readings, because it comes in so many different ways. And if I put a label on it, then I disclose some of the things that I think help me with whatever I'm picking up on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be hearing, it could be audible, it could be seeing, it could be knowing, it could be anything. It could be a taste, the smell. What was it? Demon House cookies. Chocolate chip cookies.
It was nuts.
The Demon House. Stupid. Made us hungry.
What about deja vu? What's deja vu? What do you think deja vu, like, what does it mean?
So I think, Shawn, I think we kind of are on the same page here. I truly think it's a different, I'm going to go way out. I'm going to go way out right now, so it's going to get weird. Yeah. I truly think it's a different dimension. And so you yourself are living this different life on a different plane, right? And when you have that deja vu, the planes or the dimensions are so close together that you're seeing a glimpse of the other side. If that makes sense.
Maybe a crossing.
Right. Yeah. It's like,
and also, from my understanding of deja vu, I've felt that. I feel like there's times where I'm like, man, I feel like this is something. This is me, but there's something different. But there's times where I feel deja vu is because we make this life contract before we come here, right? And I think that we write this contract and we have this free will of just picking what we're going to do, right? But I think when we're really right on path and we're right on track, we'll start getting things that we already like, okay, I'm going to put this, this is my contractual obligation in this lifetime, and I'm right on track. And now I'm seeing it actually developing into something. That makes some sense.
Yeah. I mean, another way that I look at it is, we see time as linear. So whatever happened years ago is way back in the past. But kind of the way I see it, and I suppose it's like a physics. I'm not very good at math, so don't get me up there. But I think it's like a physics kind of thing where time isn't linear. Yesterday, today, tomorrow is all in the same
time
at the same time, and
Yeah.
so because it's so close, and if your vibration is at that, on that same level, then you can have those experiences. That's what I think. I think it's all to do with how our energy. Oh, I'm messing my words up, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think again that we're so close. The vibration is something that's familiar. You're like, wait a minute, this seems like I've done this before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
It's the weirdest feeling though. It's so weird. It's really weird.
How about you, Anthony? Have you felt like something like that, but that it kept going? Like you're like, wait a minute, when is this going to stop?
No, not too much. I mean, I felt like there's some areas that I've been to or some people I've met. I'm like, okay, like I don't know this person, but I feel like, we've known each other for like the last like 20 or 30 years type,
Yeah.
I've been to, like, I've had a couple things happen and I'm like, I've already gone through this, like at one point in my life,
Yeah.
So maybe it's to help that other person because you've already been through it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Have you guys ever met somebody like you knew that you were connected with him and you knew it wasn't from this lifetime?
Oh,
Yes.
I know that's Cody and I right away.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. I know we're not biological sisters, but
Well, I thought you were.
yeah, we're not.
But yeah.
But when we first met, there was this instant, significant connection with us, and
It was love at first sight.
It was. But basically, since we met, we've always called each other sis. So we've always thought of each other as she's my sister, I'm her sister. And it's, people always think that we're sisters without us saying anything about it. It's awesome how you have those connections, but you know that you've known the person before.
Multiple lifetimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum, she, when I was talking to her about the whole mirror thing, and I asked her, because, I've got all these like gifts and abilities, and I said to her, like, do you like get anything? And, like I think I've kind of touched on it with her before, but, we kind of really got into it, and she actually told me that, it happened to her a lot when she was like in her like late teens, early 20s, and she would dream, and to me it sounds like she's like astral projecting, but she would dream someone's death, which was really awful, and she would be there and she would see where they were, how they died, and it was like 3 girls that she worked with, and she warns the girls, like, they were using drugs. She said, you need to stop. And so this particular night she had this dream, and one of the girls was just like slumped over on the grass next to the clothesline. And the next morning when Mum got up, she was dead, and that's where she was found dead. And she died of a drug overdose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, I think a lot of times when you pass, you want to go say goodbye, and if there's someone close, then you do that, or you're in shock because you don't know what happened. There's so many different scenarios, right?
Yeah, I get dream visitations, and not just by family members of mine who passed over, but family members of my friends. Like my best friend's dad came to visit me in a dream and told me that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I messaged her, and she hadn't told anybody yet. She basically just found out herself. So
again, you're already receptive to the spirit world, and so you're easily to communicate. So I'll just talk to her. She'll tell my daughter. It's real simple.
Yeah, I've had that kind of thing happen so many times.
There's an Anthony.
That's it. No, I'm reading the comments on my TV.
Reading the chat. Like, where'd you go, Anthony?
Let me keep picking on you, Anthony.
That's okay.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
No, I think it's great. Again, it's really neat to know that you guys are open to this sort of thing. I enjoy. I know when we do investigations, we don't like saturate our investigations with that. I think we really want to prove with their equipment that there's something there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if there's a little bit you can add, why not? But we don't want to saturate it with our investigations. We really want to be scientific.
Being able to pick up on something and then asking those relevant questions, like you were saying earlier on, and getting a response is a fantastic way of being able to prove that there is something there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and just, like I've been telling this one, trust that instinct. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like an instinct. So trust it.
Well, I easily go into trance. It's not a problem for me. It's funny. I just did hypnotherapy 2 days ago. The guy's like, "You're the real deal. You could just like that go into a trance." Sometimes, if you're aware, you can see that I go into that shift ever so slightly, and that's when questions happen. Right? It's just really natural, and then the questions come up. Not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah.
And do you like before your investigations? Do you like go and get a feel, like you're using your mediumship, or do you prefer to just go in blind?
I prefer just to not know, and I usually get a feel as we're heading over, because it's funny. We kind of do a little routine and listen to loud music and sing on the top of our lungs, but that tends to build energy up. And we've got some videos of us doing that too. It's kind of fun, but that helps kind of pull the energy up, and then for some weird way, it helps us connect with whatever's there. And we'll start getting impressions. Cody will do, and sometimes depending on where it's at, Cody will say, "Hey, we're going to go do this," and all of a sudden I'll get impressions and I'll start sharing it with him, and he's like, "Yeah," but it doesn't happen every time. It happens here and there.
Yeah. It makes me think of what we did at Clive House, because when we got there, we could feel the energy there, and I've only had it happen to me a couple of times where I have not wanted to cross the threshold of a building because it was just a very strong negative.
It felt like a wall.
Feeling. It was just like, do not go in there. And but we did. We went in, we set up, we did what we were going to do, and it got quiet. And we wanted to start our investigation, but nothing was happening. So we went outside and had a chat, and we said, "Look, let's go in, because it was a girls' boarding house. Let's go in and start yelling, everyone get out of bed, time to get to work, chores to do, blah, blah, blah." So we did that. We walked around the house, come on, everyone, get out of bed.
Yeah.
And the activity started to pick up and things started to happen.
Because they're humans.
Yeah.
If it's a routine, why not add to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll do that at the Donovan Mill. Like before we go in, like if we're doing a private event, I'll take a walk through the mill just to kind of see what what everything feels like. And I'm like, okay, everything kind of feels just nice, just calm, it's quiet, and if it starts out being that way during the investigation, then I'll be like, I'll pop off with like, my name is Anthony. I'm here to let you guys know I'm the new owner of the mill.
Yeah.
And we need to get activity ramped up. Like we need to get production going, because if we don't start going in the right direction, then I'm going to have no choice but to come in and shut it down. And I really don't want to do that. So little things like that.
And then that usually like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you find like things start amping up?
Yeah. Things usually ramp up, or you just go mess with one of the ore bags and that'll do it.
Yeah, they don't like
sit on top of it,
lounge on it like it's a couch.
Yeah.
We didn't do that.
No. We may have talked about taking some home, possibly. They didn't like that either.
Oh man. Hey, I have like a question for you guys because, you know, and it's probably going to make me look like an absolute idiot, but I'll do it anyway. Now, like, okay, we have IR cameras and they're black and white, okay? But, and I've tried looking online for other IR cameras that, you know, show up with the green light.
Yeah.
But for the life of me, I can't figure it out. And then, like, you know, I see, you know, IR black and white. I look it up on the internet. I've researched it, and it's like black and white or green light. And I'm just like, but where do I find the green ones?
So, are you ready for the secret?
Funny.
Are you ready for it?
Okay, it's probably going to be so simple. Okay, go.
Here you go. It's a filter.
I thought so.
That's it. There's no.
Okay, I did that. I changed it to green. Remember?
Yeah.
I changed the color setting on the IR to green, but when I switched it to IR, it didn't stay green. It just went black and white.
No. So you don't change it on the camera. When you're editing, you change it in the editing software. There's a filter. Yeah.
You'll get a slight green tinge on IR, but like, what is it? Full spectrum, you get like a reddish pink.
Yeah. So there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's IR night vision, and then there's full spectrum, right? So the IR night vision, you will get a slight green tint. However, if you want it to look like if you've seen our video, the last one we did, it had a green tint to it. Patrick the haunted side, he has more of extreme green tint towards his, and all that is a filter. That's it. It's just him messing with the color settings.
And Jason, you had a red, right?
That's just my flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a red.
That's a good effect too.
Yeah.
Light as
well. Wow. Okay, that was like the most basic answer.
And it wasn't within the camera; it was outside of the camera.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys pulled it off really good in Mackey Mansion.
What's that?
When you guys filmed that episode there in the Mackey Mansion, you guys did that with the.
We did. Yes.
It's just a walkthrough. That place is haunted.
I know, but like, I mean, the things you were picking up, Shawn, and then the tour guide who was with you was just like, yes. And
he was on point that day.
I'm just like, hang on a sec. And I'm like, hang on, is Shawn a medium?
So again, we don't want to saturate the investigation with the mediumship. Like being a historical place. And just, it was very prominent. Like it wanted me to let people know what was going on there. It's pretty crazy.
I could not believe, like, we're just chilling, doing like a tour kind of, and that happened.
Voices and it was crazy, and it was easy to pick up on the energies there because they were like, here we are, and this is what we do. What was it, Peter? So was it Peter that was jumping on the bed? Yeah, that was crazy. Was it Peter? No, it wasn't Patrick. It was it was Peter.
Peter. Yeah. So what Jane just said right now, she said she fully modded her camera. Yes, if you can do that, if you're tech savvy like that, it's so dope and it looks amazing.
Right. Hey, you throw some tips out there for us, Jane.
Yeah, I modified.
Expo,
like an action cam.
Yeah, like a little
to make that IR.
GoPro.
So it's like got a pink tinge to it.
Right.
But yeah,
that's full.
That's full.
The IR lights that we've got, and I was chatting to Patrick yesterday about it. The ones from Paranormal Electronics, they don't have a mic input.
Not the IR lights, the
IR cameras. Yeah, they don't have a mic input.
No.
And I'm just like, no. So yeah.
Filters.
Now I'm going to have to try and get another camera so we can use a mic.
Wait, does buying equipment ever stop? I think not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of equipment, we just got in the SLS and a portal box. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I
we're
love
super
his SLS. Love it.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
caught some really cool things on it.
I'm waiting on my spirit box.
And Ovilus. But yeah, it's been delayed because they had some like issues with a virus or something in it.
And speaking
Has
of
anybody tried to buy an Ovilus 5? Have you seen how expensive that thing is? Jesus Christ. That's stupid.
No. How much
It's like
are they?
$500 for an Ovilus 5. And I'm like, what?
$500.
And there's a 3-month waiting period for it.
wow.
Jason, do you know anybody?
That's insane. Like,
Patrick.
yeah, Patrick's supposed to be getting a new one.
Yeah, from
I don't know
Paranormal Electronics.
Yeah.
But theirs is 700 and
Well,
I think
it would be a different price.
it's 740 Australian. So I pre-ordered it back in, when was it? August.
the Ovilus or the
Ovilus.
Oh,
August?
yeah. Yeah.
August. And they sent an email out saying that they had like issues with it, so the it would be delayed. And yeah, I messaged them on Insta the other day, and they're still having some issues with it. So
If you're spending $750 for a piece of equipment, it better scratch my back.
You better make me dinner.
Yeah, maybe dinner, whatever.
everything is so much more expensive in Australia. So much more
It's
expensive.
ridiculous. They just because I don't know, we're in the middle of nowhere. They just like to chuck extra everything.
All right, well, let's compare. SLS, right? Because you got yours from Paranormal Electronics?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, so is yours the newer version with the 10-inch tablet?
Yeah, the V2.
How much was it American?
So like 300?
307.
Okay. Ours was like 365. Not a big difference.
No.
No.
But I'm talking about other manufacturers and things like that. You know, we pay through the nose for a lot of stuff out here.
I was really like, here's another like blonde moment for you. With the Ovilus, when they released it, because they said, all right, you can pre-order it. So I was watching John do the live for it on Facebook, and all I heard was anyone who pre-orders it is going to get it for this price, which was, I think, half price. So I'm just like, awesome. If it's only half, I'm freaking ordering the damn thing. So I go ahead and order it, and then I get the email come through, your order's been placed, all of that, and then I think it was a couple of weeks later, I get this email from John saying like an invoice, and I'm like, but I've already paid for it. So I email him back and say, no, here's my payment, here's the receipt. And he's like, no, that was the deposit for doing the pre-order.
Wow.
That we gave people so they didn't have to do it up front. And then I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so now I'm seriously spending nearly $700 on an Ovilus.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was getting text messages like, I can't believe.
And like I'm a single mom, and I'm not working at the moment. So I was just like, oh shit.
Can I get my deposit back?
No, when she wants something, she wants something. It's she's an intense human being. I love her very much. But
I feel so am I.
That's how I am. I'll
I'm
see
very,
something, I'll be like, oh, I'm getting that right there.
Yeah.
I'm very laser focused.
Yeah, we go if we go shopping together, it's crazy. She's got like a few things on a list that she wants. So she'll go straight to those things and then she wants to leave. Whereas I'm the kind of person who likes to have a look, I'm a little bit more
Wonders.
tactile. I want to think about it. You know,
I
consider
got time for that.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. No, she can't. She's like, why does shopping take you so long? It takes me half an hour. I'm like, because I'm thinking about what I'm buying.
A lot of people make me crawl. I can't be around a lot of people. It drives me crazy.
Yeah,
I think
she's
he's
like
the same way.
She's like,
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
in,
stand
I'm out.
But I like being close to it. Like,
Oh, I bet you did.
So it's safe to say you're not going to go Black Friday shopping this week then.
Oh, hell
no.
I'm really working on it. But no.
So if anyone like who's in the chat at the moment wants to donate to our PayPal to help me pay for the ovalos, that would be
Can we get $1 million? $1 million?
yeah, that would be awesome.
Thank you. That would just change, like.
Yeah, but see, if like in our little paranormal family, we were given $1 million, we could just split it up and we could all just
Get what we need.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
But I think it's also subjective. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but like some people are more in tune with a way. I can't explain myself.
Well, I think what you're trying to say is that,
and sometimes my brain goes, nope.
like people, like really all you need to paranormal investigate, literally all you need is a video camera that shoots in full spectrum or night vision and a freaking recorder. That's all you need, really.
K2s are fun too.
K2s are fun, yeah.
What I think I was getting at is like you find that you get more when you use a certain device or a certain. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it changes the investigation.
Depending where you're at.
Yeah, but like for me, I prefer using the well, as Cody called it, the necrophilia app.
That's a good one.
I was laughing so hard when you said that.
Oh, Cody. See, you're blonde too. We can be
It's
twins.
true, I am naturally blonde.
I like using the necrophonic app because I feel like I tune in better with it. I don't like using the Ovilus because I don't feel connected when I'm using that. That's I think that's what I was trying to explain.
What works best for you, right?
Yeah.
Like our team, the sensory deprivation works really well with us. What's the tool that works best for you? What do you feel comfortable with? What do you get the most out of the paranormal, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's just, again, whatever works with our energy. And communicating is everything, right?
And what about you, Anthony?
Like I think we got the SB7. We got my new favorite one is the cat balls. Those light up cat balls.
Oh yeah.
We got to use those at the Donovan, and we got some crazy responses. Like
I saw that one.
It was like it gets better. Like, but it sucks because it's not going to happen till like the third part. But like
the one though, like something touched, like you were banging all over that table and nothing was happening, and all of a sudden that one in the middle you weren't even close to goes bing. I was like,
I pushed that book because I pushed that book and I'm like, okay, that might have been me. I don't know. But I've been doing that a lot lately. Like a lot of times I come up and there was like a noise and I'm like, oh, well, maybe that was me. Then I'll start moving around. I'm like, okay, no, that wasn't me. You know, so I'm always trying to quick to like, okay, maybe this was me. It wasn't paranormal, but you know,
everything's paranormal.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's good to be skeptic.
And what would be your like next piece of equipment on your list?
Oh my God, it's a huge list.
Yeah.
I actually, it's called. I think it's called the Pyramid.
The
Oh, the UK one.
Yeah. Well,
Just
yeah.
looking at that.
I saw it on Mindseed TV. They use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that and I'm like, oh, that would be really cool, you know, to have something like that.
Yeah. I'd like to get a jet.
Right? Mm-hmm. We were actually looking on that. It was in the cart. We just didn't buy it.
What Jessica said regarding what Cody called the necrophonic. She says, I'm pretty sure that app is illegal here in the States.
Don't say nothing.
You'll never live that one down, Cody. I'm so sorry.
I'm just gonna keep calling it that too. it rolls off the tongue very well.
It does, yeah.
Oh, the necrophilia app.
That's right.
The neck will fill
You know what? I'm gonna make it a shirt.
The neck will fill ya.
This is not alcohol. This is just Coke. Cola.
Whatever.
Far out. Oh, jeez.
So good.
All fun. No, so I think I like what that Jason, what you were talking about. That or I like that piece of equipment. It was kind of cool.
The flux. Yeah, that's awesome.
Neat
Yeah,
piece of-
I'd like
like I said, it's just something different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'd like to get all of them and try them out. You know, see what
This
happens.
room is very active right now. It must like us talking. We've had
Yeah, you
several
guys are like looking everywhere at
It's
the moment.
crazy.
noises everywhere. It's knocks.
And I think
Maybe they're, you know.
I want to say
feeling
my cheapest piece of equipment is that bell that I bought. That
Yeah.
that damn
Yeah.
bell is gonna work. Like Mama Jay's heard it go off, and
Wow.
I think Jessica's heard it, but I haven't. I'm like, if you can just make this go off, like hands down, it's gonna be a freaking Nuke's top 5, like
Well, I mean,
right off the bat. You
For
know,
us,
Yeah.
For us, one of the cheapest things we've got is one of those little magnetic
Sense light.
sensor lights.
Mm.
And we set it up in a way that we couldn't set it off. We were waving our arms around and standing up and everything, and it wouldn't go off. And then we was asking questions, and it went off.
Mm.
And then it was answering our questions, just coming on, and we wait for it to go off, ask another question, light would come on. It was crazy. And that was, one of the cheapest things we've got. That
And it was funny because that was the only piece of equipment that particular spirit wanted to communicate with.
Yeah. And
So-
Probably
it
the
has-
easiest for them. Right.
Yeah. Mm.
Sometimes the most simplest is the best, right?
and that's what I thought. Like my whole theory behind it was like if it has enough energy to communicate with us, or to tap on a wall, or to throw a rock, it should have more than enough energy to hit that
Tap a
bell.
bell.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some people use the cat balls that light up when
Yeah,
they're touched.
That's what he was
That's
talking
what
about.
Jason's using.
Oh,
I think he's got
are you talking about?
yeah. The other thing I
No,
want
and
to
he's
get
out
is,
of luck, right?
Oh yeah, I just
Yeah.
It works.
yeah, we just used it and it was crazy.
At the Biltmore, I think Cody and Shawn there was a child spirit who was
Yes.
cranking. It seemed like
Yeah.
because you're going. Okay, she's gonna go cranking. Well, you're going to the Biltmore this weekend.
Yes.
I was thinking, take that bell and see if maybe the kid does it as like a prank,
Mhm.
because he might find it. That was
Rafters.
in the rafters by
Yeah,
that
in the
door, by the
rafters.
elevator. Yeah.
where all that was going on. I reckon you take it up there and you leave it there and see if he does, because he seems really playful.
Put a
So
camera on it.
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you're
I'll
gonna
probably
get
take my
scared by
phone.
the elevator.
It won't scare you.
It will scare you. I promise you.
that
Oh,
elevator is terrifying.
Like I'm
Especially when
looking
you
forward
have
to it because I've driven by the Biltmore like numerous times, but I've never been in there. So this is gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of activity in that room as well as in the back hall. And I'll just say back hall, you'll know exactly what we're talking about when you get there. I promise you.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
Well, I know what is it? Patrick was doing a live stream from there one time, and the room he was in, they had a piano or something in there, and they actually got a couple of the keys playing when he was doing the live stream.
The wedding chapel.
When that happens.
Yes, yeah.
We got disembodied voice twice of a woman in there.
Can they hear me?
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah. I was like, call
Yes.
I don't know what you guys.
Yeah.
911.
I'll mute. I'll give her.
I tell you what, right?
You're releasing demons right there, right?
Yeah, she was.
I'm a qualified vet nurse. Like I've done nursing for over 20 years. And my cough, especially when I get bronchitis, I sound like a dog. So I'm in the perfect working conditions when I need a cough at work because I just sound like one of the dogs
Sets all the
barking.
dogs off.
I need another swig.
Off camera.
Off camera.
Yeah, off camera. Otherwise, later on, it'll be like, why did you let me do that on camera?
So I have to know because it's freaking eating me alive. What's this surprise?
Yeah, you know, surprise, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me down some more cough syrup and
Hey guys, so I forgot.
all right, feeling much better now.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Oh,
so
dear. It's about to get interesting.
all right, so this
Oh, God, I'm
was.
afraid.
Nah, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this was something that I wanted to do to Patrick, okay? Because he's tried so many times on different lives that he's done, okay?
Yeah.
So I reckon we try and get Patrick on as well because if the four of you do it, it'll be hysterical.
Anyone got a connection?
I've already messaged him the link, but I don't know whether he's like investigating or.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
getting him to respond is like pulling teeth. So
I know.
You think we can do it any better?
Hey, Lizzie.
Like I want to say they're right now. I think they're in Colorado.
I was gonna say they're in Colorado. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to show Levy my Berman.
Okay, are we gonna focus on one topic at a time
Yeah.
here, or are we gonna go from surprise to cats?
All right. Okay. So, just don't hate me, okay? Just don't.
So the reason,
and you can get us back like straight away.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay,
There we
Patrick's
go.
always trying to do an Aussie accent, and he's always messing it up. So we thought it would be fun to see if you guys can translate Aussie slang.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
And when you answer, try and do it in like your best Aussie impersonation.
You start.
All right, Mike.
He's already started. Awesome.
I love.
And
This
he
is
got
awesome.
it right too.
Well, it's kind of
Yeah,
funny because we'll leave that story alone. But anyway,
The first one, mate, what's mate?
Yeah, the first one was mate.
how you doing there, Mike?
It's actually not too
That's
bad.
actually not too bad.
Really good.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Let's just say I
Come
practiced.
Come on, Anthony. We see you silently hoping that we
Mate.
won't pick on you.
It's an
What's
easy
that?
one. Mate.
Mate.
G'day, mate.
Good
Good
day,
on, Mike. Mate.
Oh, yeah, and that was the second one. G'day. Okay.
Macca's.
Maccas. What?
Or as some like to call it, golden arches.
Oh, you gave it away. All right. We
Matches.
call.
Macca's.
All right. So, what do you think Maccas is in Australian slang?
Well, it's matches, like you said, right?
No, not matches.
No,
Macca's.
Maccas.
Macca's. Macca's.
Gold digger? I don't know.
Is it like macaroni and cheese?
You're close. It's
Maccas.
like food related.
It is food related. I mean, if you think golden arches, Golden arches.
Oh,
No, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So next
The
one
worst.
is
A chip.
chips.
Chips?
Yep.
Like Doritos?
Lay's.
Ice.
You call them
French fries.
We call them chips.
Oh. Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Fish and chips.
Like the Doritos we'd call crisps.
Mm.
Yeah.
No. We just call them chips.
Oh, well,
Everything's
I call them
chips.
Okay, I'm a little bit more multicultural. I'm from South Africa originally, so
Oh,
crisp.
right on.
All right. So if I was to say to you, I'm going to go to the bottle-o, the Savo, what do you think I'm doing?
The club.
Go
The
to a
bottle of
bar for a
Savo.
drink.
Yeah.
Going shopping.
You go to the pub for a drink.
Close.
The
Very
Savo.
close. This Arvo. What's Arvo?
Bathroom.
I'm gonna get a drink in the bathroom.
Is it? What's bathroom?
Going
That's
to
like-
the bottle shop this afternoon.
Going to the bottle shop, the Savo. So Arvo is afternoon.
Yeah.
We just say Arvo.
Going to the bottle of the Savo.
Oh,
So you're gonna start drinking. That is the time.
we finna get wasted. That's how we say it here in America.
What do you say?
Shitty.
I said we finna get wasted.
Let's get shitty.
See, the one thing I've noticed with Aussie slang is that we just shorten every single word.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very lazy.
Yeah.
Take it
Alright. So the next one is thongs.
Yeah, if I say I'm going to go get my thongs, what do you think I'm talking about?
You're in America, that would be underwear.
Yeah. They're your sandals.
Yes! Flip-flops.
Flip-flops.
Look at
You
you.
guys call
Go away. Go away.
I think I'm the one that needs to leave. My head's somewhere else.
Hey, I feel it, bro. I'm right with you.
staying right there, Anthony. You're not going nowhere.
Did you get a little bit today?
Yeah, no, like, see,
Devoid. I love it. Pete's got in the chat, he said devoid. Devastated.
Devastated.
like, isn't it easier just to say thongs instead of flip-flops? Like,
Well,
don't
I
you
think we say thong, and that's a woman's underwear.
Yeah.
You can say
Yeah.
sandals.
Sandals, yeah.
When I first moved over here and somebody said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go grab my thongs," I'm like, "Why are you telling me you're gonna go and get your underwear?"
Well,
They
whereas
was
here,
almost like a thong is dental floss for your butt. Like
I think how you raised your butt.
All right. So the next one is Barbie. What's a Barbie?
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
you get a prize.
Bobby.
The prize is
Okay. This one might be a bit tricky. All right. I'm going to go pick up my bogan mate in the ute.
You're going to go pick up my friend from the house?
You're going to pick up your friend that's drunk at the bar and he's out the boondocks. You got to go get him outside.
All right. So bogan.
Bogan.
Yeah, you're kind of close, but bogan is what you guys call a redneck. So, like, really,
Close enough.
We call them like they're really, and this is also Aussie slang, and it's a weird way to say it, but they're really ochre Aussies. Like, if you think of them,
Alcoholics.
ochre, no, not alcoholics. Ochre is like really, really Australian, like complete Australian. You know what you think of an Australian? It's an ochre Aussie.
thongs, flannel shirt.
Yeah,
You know,
thongs,
just
flannel.
He's wearing a thong, huh? That's a little weird.
Background.
I don't see that.
All right, so this one should be interesting. All right, lollipop lady. Who's
the lollipop lady?
What does a lollipop lady do?
Is that like is that a stripper?
No.
A stripper with a thong.
It's a stripper with a thong. Yes.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's not a stripper lady.
That's so funny. I mean, one might dress up as one, maybe.
Maybe.
A stripper could dress up as one, I suppose.
All right.
So is it like a woman that sells like ice cream or candy?
Now you're just getting
I didn't say you're up in a white van.
A doctor?
A doctor.
Like a
candy stripe.
a nurse.
Yeah, like a nurse.
All right. Do you want to know the answer?
In a thong?
It's a crossing guard.
Oh,
Because
so it's not
They hold out
next.
I know.
the pole with the stop on the end. It looks like a lollipop, so they call them lollipop ladies over here.
It's for the kids when they finish school.
just think very literal. You're good.
That's Australia. Yeah, the very very literal bunch over here.
Okay. What would I use an esky for?
An esky.
Oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. Hold on. Oh, I gotta remember.
Come on, Anthony, beat Cody.
What do they call
Can you
it?
use it in like a sentence?
All right. I'm gonna bring my esky to the Barbie.
Beer?
Or
Or
all right.
Chair?
I'm gonna bring I don't know. The meat for the barbecue.
Okay, I'll give you another one. What would I keep in an esky?
that I was taking to a barbecue.
Ice.
Cooler.
Yeah. See, Anthony he had the alcohol.
The alcohol, the meat. Yeah.
can you buy a valve?
Yeah, you can ask.
Bring the beer.
What's Akadaka?
Which band?
That sounds like a Star Wars character.
So who's Akadaka?
Who?
Who's
Yeah,
Akadaka?
this is the same. I got asked this question when I was here for maybe a few months, and somebody said to me, "So do you like Akadaka?" And I looked at him and I went, well, "Who?"
Come again?
All right. So
They're a
Akadaka
really
is.
famous Australian band. I'm like, okay.
So which Akadaka is which band?
Yeah.
They're popular all over the
Oh
world.
yeah, huge band.
Country?
ACDC?
Yeah.
Nice.
Better not be googling it.
I gotta say, I cheated because I looked on the screen
Oh,
so Jessica
no.
put it up.
Oh,
Cheater.
yeah, Thunderstruck.
They said Black and Decker.
Yeah, ACDC, Akadaka.
Oh.
I was the same. I was like, okay, no.
Are you thinking that Australians are even weirder by this point?
Honestly, I mean, we have some dumbass words over here. So, yeah.
No, I don't see. Yeah, you guys have your own culture. That's awesome, right?
Yeah. All
I
right.
love Texas accent.
Super laid back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is, if I said that your Uggies,
Stink.
say Uggies, because I can't
Uggies.
stink,
Your Uggies stink.
you need to buy the new ones. What am I talking about?
Your feet stink.
Who said shoes?
I did.
Okay.
Very close.
Very close. Very close.
Socks?
Boots.
Basically shoes, but
Socks?
Ugg boots.
Boots.
Ugg
Yeah,
boots.
like
yeah.
like the
Fluffy ones.
the fluffy ones with the sheepskin. We call them
Slippers.
Uggs.
Slippers.
Slippers.
Yeah, they call them slippers. And so we do in South Africa too. I'm gonna go get my slippers.
Slippies.
Slippers.
Okay. What is chucking a wobbly.
Chucking a
I
wally.
do this one a lot.
Yeah, she does this one a hell of a lot. And then
Is
when
that
I do
like-
it, I'm not really surprised.
Like cussing?
Cussing.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
there
saying
would be a
fuck?
fair amount of cussing, yes.
You can't say that in our videos, apparently.
All right, so I'd be throwing. It's basically a tantrum, throwing a wobbly.
Chucking a wobble.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And it's usually at my 16-year-old telling him to do his freaking chores.
Or have it. Well, this is a good one.
Understand.
But like a spack attack. What do you reckon a spack
That's
attack?
being a spaz.
Yeah.
Spaz.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do that one? Okay, there's like
Yeah.
two left.
If I said someone was cactus, like, oh man, he's cactus.
He's a prick.
Boom!
But no.
Done.
I like him.
It's like, but it's like he's dead, but not literal dead. Like somebody's so liquored up.
Lethargic.
No, they're
Oh.
so drunk that they're
Out of it.
Out of
like,
it.
just passed out.
it's that's
I
like,
believe you.
oh mate, he's cactus.
So they're an alcoholic.
Well, no, drunk really bad, right?
No, just really drunk. Like
Uh,
yeah, that's what it means.
All right, so for this last one, you've got to do it
In your best.
in your best Aussie accent, okay? Use the words bloody hell in a sentence.
I wish my cousin was here. She'd do it perfectly.
what a bloody hell a day.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
I thought that was like an English. I didn't think that was
The
Australian.
English Australian
Yeah.
combination. You know?
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. darling.
Bloody hell.
Oh bloody hell. Get your
Sorry,
act
Anthony.
together.
All right, Anthony, your turn. You've got to do it in
Oh.
your best Aussie accent.
Oh bloody hell! Yeah, that's more English than fucking
Sounded English.
Australian. Yeah, I always, you know,
Oh, bloody
I always see
hell,
those in
mate.
the English movies. I've never, you know.
Bloody hell sounded like John Lennon.
Oh,
So up. No, oh bloody hell, that
who
was
said
loud.
that? Who said that?
I mean,
Hey, come
I'm
on.
used to watching, you know, Crocodile Dundee. That's about as I get.
This is a knife, Mike.
Yeah.
Crikey,
That's
mate.
not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah.
This is a knife.
That was funny.
That was funny. That's awesome.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have
We
like
never allow ourselves to have fun. It's not in our vocabulary.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it would be quite fun to try and guess some of your slang.
Do you want to give us a few?
Our slang?
I don't know if anything's really like. There it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What is
Let me think about that.
That's a bullshit. That's what that means.
We don't even really have slang here. We just have stupid ass words that people make up for freaking nouns.
Like, okay, I heard this one recently, and I think it just means that simping, like
Simple.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Sipping?
this simping, 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 like
Sipping.
I don't know what that means, but I've heard it on a few videos lately. I'm just like, what
Not
the
a clue.
hell?
How about I actually have one for you.
Okay.
Okay, when I say no cap, what do I mean by that?
No cap.
No cap.
We're not.
No
doing
cap.
that.
No bullshit. I don't know. No.
Kinda.
Oh.
What do you
So
think,
I'm not
Anthony?
talking crap, basically.
I
No.
have no clue.
I was just saying, no cap doesn't mean
No
like,
cap. Like,
I'm not
close
talking-
your mouth.
I'm not talking shit.
Yeah.
Like no
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah?
That's
Right.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's one, and somebody said it in the chat. We'll call it Crazy Cracker.
Crazy cracker. A crazy white person.
Somebody said it in the chat. I'm like, okay, we'll say that because I'm going to do that. Let's do it. What is Crazy Cracker?
Crazy white person?
Cracker.
Crazy white person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is.
Yeah.
So a crazy quacker.
Cracker, not
Cracker.
quacker.
Oh, can you say that again? That's awesome.
You're a crazy quacker.
We need a cracker.
Crazy quacker.
Oh,
What's it
God.
look like?
I've just got Daffy Duck having a tantrum in my head now.
This chat's taking a turn for the worst.
Alcohol.
Well, that's like
Daffy Duck. Daffy Duck. Oh, that's amazing. What about you, Anthony? Anything you can think of? Crazy.
Can you do an impression, Anthony?
No.
Don't lie. Yes, you can. Come on.
Yes, Jessica, she knows.
See?
What?
That's it. Everybody do an impression that they're good at.
Oh, geez.
Of the what?
An impression that we're good
Anything.
at?
Oh, I used to do David Attenborough. So good. So good. But I can't do it anymore. But, okay, I'm out of this part because
No.
There's too many people listening right now. I already made a fool of myself enough.
An impression that I'm good at.
I'll do it. Ready? Everybody knows Donald Duck, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I think I hurt my throat listening to it.
I mean,
No, that wasn't too bad, Cody. That wasn't too
I
bad.
can just do a really South African accent, but I don't know that that's an impression.
I got one.
Because it's South African.
Yeah.
I got
So
one.
waiting. Yeah?
Shut up, Beavis. Don't make me kick your ass.
Oh my god.
Don't make me kick your ass.
TP
Into a towel.
And I need
is Cody spitting his drink out. That's great.
Hold on.
Oh
Get the hands
gosh.
up.
That takes me all the way back. I'm old.
Crazy things we do here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't even think. I don't even know.
I mean, if I could do the
David
David Attenborough one, but yeah,
You're just copying
I
out.
can't because I've got this new play
Cop
and
out.
it's
No,
just.
no, you can just give it a try. Yeah, I reckon
can't-
she should just give it a try.
I've tried doing it, but it doesn't come out the same anymore. You know.
Oh, mhm.
You got to do one impression because I actually got to go leave. So I got to pick up my son, so I'm waiting to hear an impression.
You got it.
Let's go.
Oh man, no, you do it.
No, I don't do David Attenborough. You do David Attenborough. I've never tried doing David Attenborough.
Oh my gosh, I can't do David Attenborough anymore. Oh man, Cody, you're killing me here. You're paying me back big time, aren't you? Okay.
I don't even know a city of songs.
Awesome. No, I can't do it. I'm so embarrassed. I'll give it a go. Okay.
That was good.
What'd you think?
Put in there for yourself. Contact her. Easy. Deep breaths.
I need more cough syrup. The possum is a very interesting creature.
That was actually good.
No.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, she can do it.
Oh man.
You're gonna do the Baby Shark song, right? Is that what we're doing?
Is that why?
don't do the Baby Shark.
Look at
Baby Shark.
Oh no.
What's up? Anthony! Where are you?
Oh my god. That's gold right there. That's gold.
What a treat for everybody on, right?
I'm dying. Oh,
Okay, can we get a shut up, baby?
Damn it, Beavis. You
Oh, no, that's so funny. Oh, yeah. I'm getting a laugh.
Yeah, my cheeks are from smiling.
That's awesome.
I know, yeah, like my cheeks are sore too. So you're gonna go pick your son up, do you, Cody?
Yeah, I gotta bounce. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all
What a great
right.
time. Huh?
Yeah, we had fun.
That was fun. That was different.
That
Yeah.
was great fun.
Yeah, it was.
Serious
Yeah,
and silly.
we love everything that we do as far as all the live chats, but this was different. It was definitely entertaining.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
We'll call
That's
it that.
good. Thank you.
So does this mean that like you'll do it with us again, or have we like?
Oh, absolutely.
Ruined
Absolutely. But next time we're gonna be on our channel, so just stand by.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can do that.
So, all right, guys. Thank you. I appreciate seeing you guys, everybody.
Thanks for coming on.
No
See
worries.
you
Bye.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Are you going to bed too, Anthony? Are you heading off to Anthony?
What am I up to?
Are
you
you going to head off too?
Oh, no.
Head off. Like, go away.
If you want me to, I can just
Oh,
leave.
but-
No.
What is the time over there?
7:41.
Oh, that's not too
Oh,
bad.
that's not so late. That's
Mm.
all right. Yeah. We were
No,
thinking
it's
next
not too
time
late
we
at
do a live stream, we'll probably time it so that it's like about 6 o'clock where you guys are.
Yeah, because you
when-
guys daylight saving now, yeah.
Yeah. Like when we started, it was 5:30.
Yeah. We thought it would be easier for everyone if we started at like 6 o'clock for you guys, and that, if you're out somewhere, it gives you a chance to get home
Yeah.
and whatever. Because I know Cody was getting back from work.
Yeah, and I did too. I like work for me is like 10 minutes away.
Oh, well, that's good.
Jane wants, I want to come on next time, pretty please.
Yeah.
Jane, do you want to get on now? Do you want to hop on now? I'll send you the link.
You gotta wait. It's like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right,
yeah.
cool.
It's already 2 hours.
Yeah.
You got a hair in your eye.
So, what did you guys think of my little surprise for Cody and Shawn?
That was amusing.
My cheeks are hurting. My cheeks are hurting from laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was so funny.
Mm.
Yeah, she said, send me link.
Okay. So, does anyone in the chat have any questions for us? Anything you want to know about us or what we're up to next? Oh, we're glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're glad you guys enjoyed it. That was so funny.
All right, I've sent the link to Jane. Let's see if she pops on. Emily, I have laughed my butt off. I know, my cheeks hurt.
Oh, man.
My cheeks hurt big time.
That was so funny. The shark at the end there, Anthony, just pure class.
I was screwing around with the Donovan mail, and I had that with me, and I was doing a mic check, and I actually did a video, but I had to take it down because I couldn't use the names that I used while I was at the mill. So they didn't like that. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that'd have been way more hits than the snake.
Frank wants me to do South African slang.
Pete wants to know what we want for Christmas. I want a camera.
I
would like a camera.
It's really hard. And whenever anyone asks me what I want for Christmas, I'm like, no. I can never think of any. I don't know. It's weird.
Like, it's hard because, like, I pretty much get Christmas throughout the whole year. So by the time Christmas comes, I'm like, I already got everything I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you've got some, because you're a huge, big Star Wars fan, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you get the new PS5?
I did. It's sitting on my my dresser.
And any happy?
Oh, very happy.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my 16-year-old was wanting a mountain bike.
Got what I wanted this year, my Apple Watch.
No, he was wanting a mountain bike for Christmas, and then PS5 came, and it got changed to PS5. But because he didn't pre-order it, it's sold out, and now it's like, I don't know what I want. So yeah, I'm just like, well, I'm glad you don't want the PS5 anymore because it's too bloody expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what the price is there. I know here it was $500.
I think, is that the one with the hard drive?
They all.
Oh, they had two. One has a disc and the other one's digital.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So the digital one's the more expensive one, yeah?
No, the cheaper one. I think it's like I think that one's $400.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
like $100 cheaper.
Because the one that Will wanted, the more expensive one, is like $770.
Oh,
here is Jane.
Is it a solid state hard drive?
Hello.
Yes. Hey.
Hello.
Hi. How are
How's it
you?
going? Good. Bit of a hot mess.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Myself.
That's all right.
Nah, you look gorgeous, babe.
Oh, I'm just chilling at home, so.
Yeah.
So how's the investigating going?
Let me just fix my volume here. I've got 20 things going on at once.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey guys, what's going on?
And Glam, is Glam still here? Are you still here, Glam?
There we go. I think I'm working.
Yeah, we can hear and see you pretty good.
Yeah, no, Glam hippie hopped off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Glam, for modding. And thank you, Jane.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that's okay. Sorry, I just missed a minute there. I just had to switch off one of my computers. I had like two going at once. So that's what happens when we're modding and streaming. I've got like my whole full setup going. So yeah. Anyway, did you ask me a question?
Yeah, no, I was just asking how the investigating is going.
Yeah, good. So I did an investigation not last night, the night before. Did a disused train tunnel here on the Gold Coast.
Yes. Oh, I'm looking. That looks awesome.
It's a strange place. Like, it has a huge reputation, like, for being like this crazy, spooky, haunted place that people have had, sightings at and what have you. But I've been there 3 times now, and each 3 times I haven't had any huge, great experiences. I'm just kind of like, okay, like psychically, I don't pick up a lot. It's a dead zone for the spirit box, just like it's a dead zone for your phone. So that's why I downloaded the Necrophonic app, gave that a run. Got a few interesting direct responses, but not a great deal. Nothing as far as EVPs. We did hear some footsteps. Definitely not human. There was no one around. Like, you can hear when cars pull up on the road or cross over. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's just residual. It has me so perplexed as to what the hell is going on down in that place. So yeah, I'm still to go fully over the footage yet. Just got to do a few things with that, but yeah, and I'm headed off for another investigation tonight. So that's why I'm just sitting here chilling at home, waiting to head out later.
The most frustrating part about investigating is when you do get those dead zones. And it could be like a really active spot, but the night you go, it's just dead. And very, very frustrating. Oh, Glam's back.
Yeah, it's been different. Like every night I've gone, I've been during the day, just nothing at all, and then I went one night by myself. Like I didn't go in the tunnel, but I sort of was like, well, it's not really that scary. And I was picking up, I was using a spirit box that's on the sort of trail that leads to it, and I was getting a lot of stuff. But I have a feeling there was someone hanging, either camping, like a homeless person camping down in the bush, which happens a lot up here on the Gold Coast. And they were sort of creeping around because the spirit box, when I played the footage back at home, the spirits were telling me, danger, leave, lady, stop, go. So and I actually did see the shadow of what looked like a dude, but I was like, is that a spirit shadow or is that a human? But I believe it was probably a human lurking around now. I was at the time. So I got out of there, of course, because I got an uneasy feeling. So I left. But I don't think that was paranormal. And obviously the spirits were warning me, you need to leave. So I left. But yeah, down in the tunnel, it was kind of like, why is everyone freak out so much? Is it just because they're being fed these stories by their mates? And like there's this whole big, kind of, is it just, one of those things where, stories are being passed down over the generations and it's got this whole hype. And I'm like, me and my brother, like we had some, like you get these kind of sort of energy bursts that happen in there and you get the, it's the hairs on your neck and it sort of creeps up and then you'll move a little bit and it sort of disappears. And you'll move around a bit, sort of travels around. Yeah, it's very strange place. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, like I said, once I go over the footage and sort of what happens with that. So yeah, but off to another cemetery tonight. So one that I'm allowed to investigate at night time. So New South Wales has a little bit different laws than Queensland. So off over the border, yay!
Wow.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
One on Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
So, and Shawn's
I'm having a break that night.
She's having the night off. So I'm taking my 16-year-old who is he won't even watch our videos because he doesn't. Oh, really? Yeah, because he just doesn't like it freaks him out.
It freaks him, yeah.
And he's always like telling me, Mum, like, I'm more worried about you bringing something home with you. I said, no, like we're careful, we do this, we do that. And so yeah, it's going to be an unedited video.
Yeah. He loves to be in front of the camera. This kid is
won't be able to help himself.
Extrovert to a max. He's Mr. Popular at school as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really, really funny. I'm like sad I'm missing it, but I've been having a fibro flare up since we got back from our last trip. So I
do have fibro.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I do as well. No, I relate. I have it as well. So.
It's the most frustrating thing to have, seriously, because you have a good day and you just want to do all the things. And then it slams you down and moving around hurts and just feeding yourself is a chore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally relate.
Yeah.
I can't wait because his girlfriend will like film for me. But I said to Shawn, like, he will want to be on top of me.
Yeah.
And
like protecting you.
He'll
say he's protecting you, but in actual fact, it'll be, Mum, keep me safe.
Yeah. And I said to Shawn, he's not going to be able to help himself. Like, he will for sure, like, get in front of the camera and I won't be able to shut him up because once it gets going, it's just nonstop. And I said to Shawn, like, and this would be so mean of me, but I've got to do it. I have to do it because, you know, he's 16, he can handle it. But get a twig, and as we're like walking along, just like run it down the back of his arm or something like that. Because this cemetery is like really creepy. It's actually next to the primary school that I went to.
Okay.
When I was young, and yeah, like we would go over there for freaking excursions and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's a very, very old cemetery. But yeah, I'm going to have to maybe put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, just so people don't think we're like disrespecting, you know, the spirits and graves and things like that.
Yeah,
well, it's funny you want to do that because we were at the Washoe Club, so it was me and Patrick and Exploring with Eric, and we had just come up to go check on the cameras. And we were walking through the doorway, and all of a sudden I heard my bell. And I'm like, my eyes just got big. Patrick's like, what was that? I'm like, dude, that was my fucking bell. I know that's what that was. And all of a sudden from above us, we hear freaking laughing. So it was Jessica and Sabrina were up above watching us hitting the bell. And I'm just like,
I don't know anyone who would do something like that.
I'm like, you are such an. I was so disappointed. I was so heartbroken. Well, I got her back. I got her back about a month ago. We were in the last private event we did at the Donovan Mill. We were walking back through, grabbing all the lanterns and stuff, and I picked up a couple of nails, and she was walking in front of me, and I tossed one over her head and hit one of the tanks, and she's just like, what was that? I'm like, that was crazy. Take like another like 3 or 4 steps, and I threw another one, and it hit. She's like, oh my God. And I just lost it. She's like, you are an ass. I'm like, that's payback for the bell.
You got to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can get it can be quite draining, and you've got to sort of reinvigorate,
calibrate yourself.
Yeah.
So how was the Washoe Club? I mean, I just watched Twins video this morning, and River gets scratched.
It was crazy because so the first part that we went in there, it was Patrick and I helping out Exploring with Eric. So he was shooting his stuff first. So we probably spent like a good hour and a half. And then we went downstairs, came back up with Patrick, and we were doing spots for his show. And we kept getting like a female voice coming through the SB7 spirit box. And it was just, I mean, it was prominent. Like we were in where the Millionaires Club was, where the table's at, and we could hear a female's voice all the way from, we were in the back and it was up front. At one point, Patrick, we were in the red room. In that room, there's a window in there, and it's probably like a good 2 or 3 stories down, like you could see down. But there's been images of like, I don't know, they say it's like demonic or dragon-like figure in that window.
Ooh.
And we were in that room. Patrick was walking out into the adjoining room. Eric had the SLS, and I had a night vision camera on Eric, and we're getting ready to walk through, and the door shut in our face. So we kind of both looked at each other. I'm like, we opened it, and the door would close, but it only closed to a certain point. Well, when it closed on us, it closed all the way.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. Like it was
crazy.
I mean, we had things like whenever we were downstairs, we'd hear someone upstairs walking above us. And then whenever we went upstairs, then we could hear something downstairs. So like it was just playing with us.
Yeah. And it's frustrating because like
You're
it's
chasing
just
it
like
all
up
over
and
the
down,
place.
up and down, up and down, up and down, and yeah.
And that's what happens at the Donovan mill too. Like it tries to, like if you're in a group, you know, if you're 3 or 4 of you, it wants to separate you. So at one point we'll be like, okay, the 2 of you go up front, we'll stay in back, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Bobby Mackey's?
No, no, I've only seen it off of Ghost Adventures.
Mm.
Bobby I've seen a few others investigate at Bobby Mackey's. I'm trying to remember who though.
Well, the Foreman brothers with Paranormal Nightmare just did an episode.
Oh no, that was an old episode that they reloaded. They do that sometimes, yeah. It's from their older channel. So they've got the Foreman Brothers channel and then they've got Paranormal Nightmare. And sometimes they'll take an older video from the fort and put it on Paranormal Nightmare. But Bobby Mackey's is not a place you want to play games. You don't, that place is full on from things that I've seen. I mean, yeah, with Ghost Adventures and stuff. But would you go there?
Oh, absolutely. Like I don't think
I'd
there's a
totally
place.
go.
Yeah, I don't think there's any place that I wouldn't go. Like,
oh, I know.
Sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I want to go to the States. I want to go to the UK. Oh, there's just so many places I want to go. But...
I would like to check out, what is it, that the Ancient Ram Inn?
Yeah. Did you see? I posted that on Ghost 411. Have you ever watched them, guys? Have you heard of them?
Which one?
They just what are they even called again? Dark Territory. They just came up on my recommended, and I'm like, oh, what's this about? Because I saw it was the Ram Inn, and I thought, okay. And interesting trio. But yeah, I don't know. It's good to kind of like come up with, find new channels. Because it's just, there's a lot of just fake channels out there.
Oh man, it drives me nuts because every time I think, oh, maybe I found someone good, then they go and they do something.
Well, see, and that's how it was with that Mindseed TV.
Yeah,
like I started watching them, and I'm like, this stuff's really good. And all of a sudden, they had an episode where, like, the guy
got dragged.
He tripped and he got dragged, and I'm like, really?
No.
Come on,
full of shit. Like,
and
it's crazy because they got like over 2 million subscribers. And I'm like, really? For shit like that?
And people believe them.
Yeah.
I'm always very, very suspicious when there's a really high sub count. But if you watch like their intro and it's just like, chop, like these people that you posted, like choppy, like B-roll cuts, boom, boom, boom. It's super over dramatic. It's like, hey, like, I'm just like, I don't know about this, like, and then you sort of watch and everything's just, it's all just real choppy, and it's like, what are you trying to like hide here? Like, what are you trying to divert our attention? Yeah, like they obviously going for that entertainment, that, just trying to grab subs, trying to, the money, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just, they're not just putting straight up footage out there, like, there's, I'm not saying you have to put up raw footage, obviously I don't, but not just putting, everything's just like jump cut, like every 5 seconds. It's like, what the hell, like, what are you trying to hide?
Yeah, see, that's why I'm having such an issue right now, like editing the second part, because right now I'm sitting like at 28 minutes for part 2, and I still have 2 hours of footage. So now it's like,
and part 4 maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And I was telling Jessica, I'm like, do I just keep going where we were filming, or do I jump around and grab this and then put this in?
Well, I mean,
keeping
it
going
depends,
and maybe taking different camera angles in the same spot, or but not jumping back and forth too much is fine.
Yeah, see, that's where we're lucky right now, because we just have the one camera, so we just have the iPad, And then I did leave my phone in the office because I I took a page out of like Patrick's book. We had those little cat balls. We sat them on the chair, and then I left my phone in there to record.
Yeah. That's some. We'll set a camera up or a couple of cameras up in different places, and we might not even go and investigate in those spots, but it's just to see if something happens.
Yeah. And I mean, sitting there watching static cam footage, like of the same image for 4 hours is awesome.
It's great. Audio book and just stare at the screen, because the IR camera we've got, the audio on it is it's like there's a wire touching something, so it's really buzzy, and so we can't hear anything on it. So we just put something in our ears that we can listen to, and then just watch the screen. But
like the only reason I even got the iPad was because I wanted something that was a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to edit on. Yeah. Because I would use my phone to shoot, and I love my phone. Like, it takes great video,
Well, I mean, we use Shawn's phone for our main camera, and then our IRs for the statics.
Yeah, see, and that's what I was telling Jess this week. I'm like, I want to buy one of those little action cameras.
Yeah.
And just take one with us for this weekend.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it, definitely. Worth. I mean, if you can get a fairly inexpensive one that actually works, go for it.
Yeah, I saw one. I think I saw one. They had two different ones at Walmart. They had one that was like $40 and it shoots in like 1080p, and then they had another one that was like $70 and it shoots in 4K. So I was like,
wow,
that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No.
Yeah. No, we like with the editing part, it is tricky when you've got like so much footage.
Not to cut out too much.
Yeah, and to try and make it seem like it's flowing nicely. But, obviously you're not going to just put in, a whole bunch of footage that nothing happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
I'm a fan of, if nothing happens, you speed up that section so it sort of fast forwards on the video and say this was 15 minutes and nothing happened.
Oh, exactly.
That just makes it easier, because then you can see, like, okay, they started, they tried, nothing happened, and you get to see everything. I think that's a really good way of doing it. And I think, if you're doing an experiment like with the SLS, I don't like to chop up too much. What's going on?
Jessica said that Anthony needs to attach the camera to his head.
Well, yeah, we were in the Washoe Club, and I had the iPad on the tripod, and we were taking it in. It was one of the rooms in the back of the club, and I had my camera on, but it wasn't pointed where I was looking. I was looking down. The camera was pointed up, and her and I both saw it. But we had an apparition pass like right over the top of us. Like I could see it in the floor.
That was so loud. It's like,
oh, sorry, I was just moving my laptop so I can read the chat, so I'm not turning all the way over there. My bad. Sorry.
Moving the whole desk.
I haven't streamed since I have changed all my desk around, so I'm like, just making some adjustments. My bad. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. So, Anthony, you both saw an apparition go over your feet when you were looking down.
Yeah, but it was between me and the camera was looking like at the wall, and I'm looking down.
Maybe like you have those lights.
That's what Jessica was talking about. Yeah.
Man, it's so frustrating when you don't get it on camera.
Yeah, it's so annoying. But I think not cutting up too much. I think is better. Not going from one scene to the next scene to the next scene and having it at such a fast pace, because I think it's a slow process anyway.
Yeah.
But you don't want to cut out what came before and some of what came after, because otherwise, who knows what you set up before that.
And it's pretty, like, my first 3 episodes. So the Truckee Murder House, the Lovelock Caves, and then the Donner Tunnels. All of that is everything that I shot that night. It's all in that.
Yeah,
so I didn't have to edit. And this, like I said, this was the first time that we were able to investigate solo, because usually it's for a private event, or it's an NNGH event, or I'm behind the camera with Patrick and we're doing a live stream, So I was like, now I finally got my chance, and now I've got like 5 hours of footage, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much,
Yeah. I remember asking Patrick, like, what's the most like amount of time you've had to spend watching Staticam? And I think he said something crazy like 32. And I was complaining about 10 hours. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you win.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. Like, I've seen all his everything set up, and I'm just like, I mean, he just goes nonstop all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Anyway, we've been on for 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Oh, shit.
It's a long one.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, the one we did the other night with the Dead Hours, we were on for 4.5 hours.
Hi, Matthew.
Oh, with Viv.
Vivian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 4.5 hour live stream. I'm like, holy cow.
Oh my gosh, I gotta watch the end of that. I'll like watch the beginning, see how it started out. Is that the one where you guys were drinking the whole time?
No, it was her and Jason were drinking.
No.
They were the ones drinking.
I'm gonna watch the
Like, I had
beginning
no
of
part
that.
of that.
Like all professional and cool, and then see the mess at the end.
See, we don't have.
By the end, we were talking about anything and everything. Like,
we don't have Bang here.
Bang
do we?
energy drinks. No.
Yeah, no, we don't. Have
Oh.
That's
Sorry about that.
my daughter's
One of her kids.
I think she did that the last live stream too.
Mm-hmm. But yours.
I've even got my phone on silent.
That's because you got it plugged into the computer.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True that.
Oh,
yeah.
out. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? Any special mentions? Like, come sub to all our channels.
Let's get our subs up.
PayPal.
I have got all the channel links in the description. Guys.
Jane's been putting them in there. She's been awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and I've got the live stream. No, like really appreciate everybody for us.
Yeah, we all want to get our subs up. So I know Fake Jason wants to get his to 400. Is it 400?
Yeah.
Yeah, by years. I want to get mine to at least 200.
Where are you at the moment, Anthony?
I think we're at 240 or 241 right now at the moment.
Well,
we're 323. Just check that. We got one sub while we were live streaming.
So should we? What should we aim for then?
350.
500.
Oh,
by Christmas. Well, Jason, Anthony's saying 500.
Hopefully, that would be awesome.
And
it's like I said, it's happened all so fast too. Like, it's been like really quick. Like, I've noticed, like with each video that comes out, like the views just go up quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
Yeah, I've noticed it's like a pattern with ours. When we put up a new video, we get about 50 more subscribers. So.
Yeah, and it's when things aren't running smoothly on the, not just like editing, but like when we've got personal shit going on in our lives.
Oh my god.
Trying to fit.
Has the last week was last week hell for everyone? I'm just asking because everyone I know, it was awful.
Oh well, I mean, I've
You
been
were sick.
but-
I was in full flare up. A friend of mine had other problems.
Oh yeah, I had a rough week with like getting footage and stuff. So yeah, I've had a big void with like having consistency with uploading. So that's impacted my subs. So it's kind of slowed momentum.
All right, Mazzy wants to know what we would do if we actually saw a spirit when you asked it to show yourself. Me personally, I would be so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. I'd be like, "Hello, friend."
Yeah.
Let's chat.
Like,
Tell me
holy shit, I
more.
wouldn't want to like blink or look away.
I mean, when I saw Mary at Green Hills, I was like looking away and looking back, like, am I just seeing things? But no, there's a little girl in our room, and like I kept doing this, and it was, I was blown away.
Like, I would definitely be like, oh my god, like please tell me the camera's on and you caught that, you know?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, is that recording? Like, yeah.
I just woken up from we went to bed at like 4 o'clock, and I think it was like 6 o'clock. I just sort of sat up in my bed and was looking around the room. You know, when you wake up like that and you're immediately up, and there's a ghost in our room, and we're not recording anything, and there's a freaking ghost in our room, and Peter's asleep, and I'm trying not to disturb anything. I just want it to last for as long as possible.
And that always seems to be how it happens too. It's like at the time where you haven't unpacked everything or you're packing everything up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm like really like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They will not. They're not performing circus monkeys. They're not going to perform with you.
No.
Like, you know, I've had experiences of my whole life. I've seen multiple shadow figures. You know, but the minute I'm like got the camera out and I'm like, hey, show yourself. They're not going to show themselves. It might be, you know, I'll catch something in the other corner of my eye, or they'll be in my energy field before I've even got out of the car, and I'm like, can we just like step back and wait, please? Like, I'm not ready yet. I'm ready. They're like, they're not having fun of it.
Yeah. I mean, one place we investigated, it was, you know, I even had like a pebble thrown at me, and, you know, all this stuff was happening. And then, you know, I think we started investigating quite late that night because there were people around. And then it was just dead. So I was just like, come on, everyone wake up. And yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Patrick's just gone live.
Yeah, I saw that.
Again, we went live earlier and then I think it cut out. So he must be back again because I've got things beeping at me everywhere.
But yeah, I saw that, like I said, that TikTok that you girls put up.
Yeah.
With that, I was like, holy shit, like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like as soon as I'd walked into the cemetery, I was like drawn to that side.
To that spot.
And that was all like within the first 30 seconds, that clip, the whole thing. So it was amazing. All right. Do you think when you ask their name and they don't answer, do you think it's because
they don't remember?
Or
because they haven't heard it for so long?
Maybe.
You know.
I think it would have to depend on how long that person's been dead for.
Yeah.
What's that sound?
What sound? It's coming from the computer.
Yeah, I think.
Did you hear that?
No, it sounded.
Sorry, that's my Patrick impersonation.
It sounds like a busy drink.
No, it's on here.
Yeah, I think it depends on how long you're dead for.
I think it also depends on how much they want to divulge. So, like, maybe they are a bit shy, you know. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like I think we've asked like spirits, you know, can you tell us what your name is? But I don't think I've ever gotten a response as to, you know, like a name. We've always gotten into a place like, okay, this is where, you know, Mrs. Donovan, you know, has been seen, or this is where, you know, this is where John. So we just always address them by their names.
Now we've had it a couple of times, especially with the necrophonic app. When we've gotten names. So I think like we got a couple of names when we were investigating the tunnel. And when we at Green Hills, we've gotten Mary to say her name over the necrophonic app. So that was really cool because, you know, Mary here, and we've had her name come. And then we've gone, what color is your dress? And she's told us it comes through as well. So, you know, they've had psychics go through there, and these psychics have said the same things about this little girl, that she wears a red dress and she's got dark curly hair to about here. And that's everything that I saw. So, yeah.
Yeah, Pete, that's a bit creepy. But that's what we think. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Was that it was a wraith. And yeah, don't ask me why. It was just the first thing that came to my mind when I looked at that clip. Yeah, see, are you hearing that sound? It's
it's just feedback.
It sounds like
Has someone got a phone plug? Has someone got a phone plugged into a computer? It's usually
mine. It's not now.
It's just feedback.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Almost sounds like a fan.
Could be ours.
Yeah, we've got a fan. It's 35 degrees here at the moment.
What's it where you are, Jane?
Oh, it's probably about the same actually. I've got the aircon going. I haven't stopped it for days because it's been like heat wave here, so
you get the humidity. Like the humidity over there must be insane. When we get humidity here, it's unbearable. And then I put my aircon on dehumidify, and that cools the house right down. But if it's a dry day, yeah.
It's trying to tell me it's only 25, but it's not 25 outside. It might be out in the middle of the ocean out there off the beach, but no, it's not. Yeah, it's not 25 degrees in the middle of my driveway. I can tell you that. Been out there before.
Watch it bake.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like where I'm at right now, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit outside.
36.
Yeah, that's pretty cold.
Let me go.
And I'm coming to visit you. I love the cold. I cannot stand the heat. I do not do well in the heat.
Oh, see,
my God!
I just wanted to be
cold. It's like 2 degrees where he is.
Stuff that.
2
no
degrees.
way.
Oh, that's freezing.
That's too cold. Does it snow where you are? You're in Nevada.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we're in the desert, we get snow. So, I want to say the last time we were up at the Donovan Mill, it had started snowing on us. And I want to say we had a storm come through maybe about a week ago, and it dumped like a good 2 or 3 feet of snow up in the mountains. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd love to go to some of the old ghost mining towns out there. I was watching. I know they're not paranormal. They're doing a treasure hunting now.
Sam and Colby.
Sam and Colby. And they went to that mining town that's a ghost town where the guy's been living there for like 6 months all by himself.
Oh, that Sierra Gordo?
Yeah. I was like, it just seems so. It would be an awesome experience to spend a few days somewhere as deserted as that and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sleeping Angel wants to know, do you think some places that are known to be active go quiet because so many people investigate them? I would say yes. Well, I mean, the way I see it is, like you know, spirits only have so much energy. And, you know, if there's been a team in there the night before,
it's going to be quiet for the next few days.
And they've, like, you know, been popping off with all their energy. I think it takes, I mean, this is how my thing anyway, but I think it takes them a while to get that energy back up. And like Jane said earlier, you know, they're not, you know, circus animals. They don't run on a schedule.
We've had our energy drained.
Oh yeah, like we always feel drained.
No, but like the when we were at Green Hills this last time, that night, both of us.
Oh yeah.
Had our energy drained. Like she had the SLS going, and I was sitting at this table, and it was in the room that used to be a snooker room back in the old days. And she said it looked like there were two guys having a fight on the table.
Yeah.
And when we finished filming that thing, because I was sitting there, and she says, looked like one of them was kicking me in the head, and I actually
in the stomach.
Was it the stomach? Anyway, I had pain down the side of my face. But when we finished and we went out to have a little break after filming that, I was like, I'm so drained. I'm so tired. And it took a little while, and I kind of got back to normal again. And then we started filming again, and she ended up having that completely drained feeling.
Yeah, and it just hit me big time. Yeah. Like 1 minute I was good, and then it was just like,
I'm tired. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've only ever had one time being in the mill, and it was in between groups, and so I was going back in there to make sure all the lamps are still lit and all that. And I was almost to the first set of vats, and I just completely stopped. Like the energy was just so intense. I was like, I couldn't go any further. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn around, walk back out.
It's like back hitting a wall, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, like I think we will probably have to pop off.
It's been like a long one.
Almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's been good fun. That was really. I was waiting for my mascara to start running down my face. I was laughing so hard.
I know my jaw.
I had that like pressure, like headache right here. Laughing so hard. It was just, man, that was funny.
I was playing along at home. I'm like, I want to be playing. Oh my god!
The shark was the best bit. That was awesome.
I love the shark. You know, Anthony, like the shark's just gonna have to make a cameo every time now.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah, he's gonna be. We're gonna see more of him.
Yeah. Some behind the scenes with the shark. And then on your channel it pops up with a gag reel of the shark.
Yeah. Oh, Jessica's just like, where do you come up with this? I'm like, I work in a room by myself for 12 hours a day. I've got plenty of time to think about it.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you so much for everything, Jane. Like, seriously. Really
you're so welcome. No, you're very welcome.
And thanks for popping on in the end as well, too.
Oh, that's okay.
It was nice to be able to chat with you finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Anthony.
Yes.
Anthony.
Thank you.
And I'll put Jane's link in the description as well for you guys if you want to go sub.
Awesome.
And yeah, we hope you all had fun. We
did.
My cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt. And I'm really, really happy that I didn't have like too many coughing fits.
Yeah.
But I think the big swigs of cough syrup.
Like off camera. It's not something you want to do on camera.
Like,
oh man. All right, guys. We shall talk to you later.
Thank you, ladies. You guys have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.